Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And man, you know what I'm saying? Praise the hype by Shimmy Shay, man. Yeah, every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. Every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. That righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth. That's right. Thy righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth. That's right. All I know is discipline. All I know is discipline. If I fall, praying to a higher, please forgive my sins. When your spirit's trying to take me down, I ain't giving in. Evil thoughts run up in my mind, I ain't listening. In this world that we living in, you got me different. Set apart, can't follow the crowd. Going to the proud, praise a higher. Ain't no other judge sitting up above your judgments. Are always righteous, your loving kindness. I rhyme cause full and singing praises to your name. Every verse I spit with you. You the God of all gods, so I'm serving only you. You the power of Yeshaya, that's the word that came from you. That's your everlasting righteousness, your law and be the key. Prepare my soul for temptation when I'm walking in this truth. Listening to the spirit in me, so I'm cautious when I move. Need your discipline and wisdom, so I'm calling up you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. Every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. Thy righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. That's right. And thy law is the truth. That's right. Thy righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth. That's right. What is sin? Sin the transgression of the law. 1 John 3 and 4. That's a message to us all. I did not know lust, had no knowledge of the flesh. Till the law has said, what? Thou shalt not commit. It's the law sin? No, oh no, God forbid. Don't you know the new covenant he wrote his laws within? In our inward parts, meaning written in our heart. Violate your own conscience, Holy Spirit will depart. I don't think that they comprehend, but you know we not pretending. We don't really care about much if it's not commanded. And if it's not the law, I really can't rock with y'all. If you ain't linking precepts, you need to lock your jaw. I'd rather have wisdom before it rock it on. I'd rather have understanding before it watch that dog. That ain't gonna save. When they drop the bomb, daddy gon' stop the shot from coming to chop them all. Every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. Every day and every way. All I know is discipline. The laws are the most high. That's right. Thy righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. That's right. And thy law is the truth. That's right. Thy righteousness. It's an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth. That's right. Shout out my Mike, man. Yeah. No, but it's
Kingdom over everything.
Everything.
You can say kingdom over everybody.
You gotta cut this out.
Are you willing to put your mind, body, and soul on the line?
Call this kingdom over everything. I'm about my Abba's business, so I be my wedding ring. Married to the gospel and I'm faithful, never giving up. That's word to the chief. My belief in the spiritual. You do the work, make the seeds. Christ is what these people need. It's not them doctors that y'all feed. Souls burning cause of greed. Hands to the biz out, and the swings that for my brizz out. 10 toes biz out as I'm praying for my Chris out. Precept on them precepts while I let the spirit direct. Every move I miss, can't let the serpent dissect, not my soul away. Praying for the strength to make it through the day. Thoughts flying at me, but the feet just keep me strapped. Happy say he got me long as I worship his son. He say I'll never lack as long as he is number one. He is. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think this kingdom business. Call it J.O. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this K.O.A. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this K.O.A. The spirit of of Moses, up with Janice and Jambries, exposing the lies. That's why these bitches is mad at me. Ripping the covenant that was gained of my fathers. The spirit of Abraham got me drinking the waters. I call that fully persuaded. I pray to God that I make it about this book I'm in. Spiritually speaking, spiritually speaking. From what I've been reading, as long as I'm breathing, this is 613 and I mean it. I got this work and I'm feeding the dough. Study to prove it. You ain't got it, believe it. He gon' make do in this season. We gon' be feeding a knee. We gon' help rule in this kingdom. For the wicked it ends, they all gon' burn in their sins. I'm on the straight path, never turning right or left. Narrow is the road to salvation. We talking life or death. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Solid K.O.E. And he said to the mob, any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. We call this K.O.E. Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. We call this K.O.E.
Relax.
We call this K.O.E.
No power in your hands.
Do it.
Boy,
Have the spirit lead.
we got to play that again. I don't think y'all will listen to the jewels being dropped in that song.
My brother Abnon being Yehuda in the
So,
lead.
just in case you had earwax in here, we're going to run that back.
Run it back. Kingdom over everything.
Over
everything.
Some more time to follow up in the room.
You can say kingdom over everybody. Over everybody.
Listen to the lyrics.
Like y'all say, you came by yourself.
I'm kingdom over everything. I'm about my Abba's business, so I be my wedding ring. Married to the gospel, and I'm faithful, never giving up. That's what to the chief. My belief in the spiritual. Do the work, plant the seed. Christ is what these people need. Got them doctors that y'all feed. Souls burning cause of greed. Hands to the biz out, like the Swiss out for my Briz out. 10 toes biz out as I'm praying for my Chris out. Precept on them precepts while I let the spirit direct. Every move I miss, ain't can't let the serpent insect knock my soul away. Praying for the strength to make it through the day. Thoughts flying at me, but the feet just keep me strapped. Pappy say he got me long as I worship his son. He say I'm never lack as long as he is number one. He is. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Solid K.O.E. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier, yeah, how we gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this K.O.E. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier, yeah, how we gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this K.O.E. The spirit of Moses, up with Janice and Jambries, exposing the lies. That's why these preachers is mad at me. Ripping the covenant that was gained of my fathers. The spirit of Abraham got me drinking the waters. I call that fully persuaded. I pray to God that I make it about this book I'm in. Spiritually speaking, spiritually speaking. From what I've been reading, as long as I'm breathing, this is 613 and I mean it. I got this work and I'm feeding to do it. Study to prove it. You ain't gotta believe it. He gon' make do in this season. We gon' be feeding a knee. We gon' help rule in this kingdom. For the wicked it ends, they all gon' burn in their sins. I'm on the straight path, never turning right or left. Narrow is the road to salvation. We talking life or death. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Solid K.O.E. And he said to the mob, any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. We call this K.O.E. Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. We call this K.O.E.
That's one of them boys right there.
We call this K.O.E.
Yeah. Oh, Abnon, you got to show us how to do that video, man. But anyway. All praise, honor, great glory. It's unto our Elohim. The Elohim of Abraham. The Elohim of Ishak. And the Elohim of Yaakov. To our uncrowned King, we give him praise, honor, and great glory. Yeshua HaMashiach, the Savior of Israel. He will get it right in due time. I got the young Brews with me. I got the frontline Brew Corey Hooters in the building. My man, my mom, the young lion coming at you, 10 toes down. They got their feet securely on the ground. They're ready to put in this work.
Yes, sir.
And with that, I turn it over to the young gun.
All right. Shalom, family. Y'all know me. I'm IT, Young Lion, whichever TJ, whichever one you want to call. I'm going to let my brother introduce himself.
Shabbat Shalom. You know, it's Frontline Brew.
Yes,
Back
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. We back again. Every time I come up, it feel like the first time ever because it be so long. It be so long in between when I go again. So it be feeling like it be years, you know, since it's the last time I done talked. But y'all see the title of the lesson. It's another one of these life on the narrow path lesson. I know last time I was up, I said we was gonna continue with the righteous reasoning. But kind of looking back at it, you know what I'm saying, after the class that day, I think we kind of nailed the point home on that. You know what I'm saying? And if we need to revisit and dig deeper, we will and we can. But today, I wanted to talk about our title today, Life on a Narrow Path. Are you motivated or are you dedicated? Right? And if everybody who is watching right now can scroll all the way up to almost the very top of the chat, I put a question in there. And I want the people in the chat to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Put your answer in the chat. Whatever pop up in your mind first to say, that's what I want you to put. And I'm gonna read the question just in case it's not appearing on some of y'all devices. The question I put in there was, which approach is best suited for completing this mission we all are on? Motivation or dedication?
Good question.
Motivation or dedication? Which one is it? Which one is best suited? You know what I'm saying? For this mission we on. Right? Considering all the things that we done talked about with this life on a narrow path, which one would you rather be, motivated or dedicated?
Dedicated.
You know what I'm saying? People saying that they want to be, I want to be motivated. See, I'm motivated. But in the scriptures, you got terms such as patience, endurance, trials, tribulations. All those terms signify a prolonged state, right, or a length of time. So we talking about a race where you're gonna have to play the long game.
You ain't gonna always find motivation in the long game.
Right. So and what they tell you, motivation is short-lived. Motivation is very short-lived, right? Like how many times have you thought you was motivated to go work out? How many times have you said, man, I'm gonna go work out? New Year's resolution.
Man,
I'm losing 15 pounds this year.
good.
You know what I'm saying? Then work, you got work, you got the children. You know what I'm saying? You got other life problems.
You're gonna get to swiping it along for their workout routine.
Yeah. So you see, motivation is real fickle.
Yeah, because it's a feeling.
That's what I'm saying. It's basically a sugar rush. When you think about all your desires, basically a short-term sugar rush, right? But when the circumstances change, so does your motivation. But see, to somebody who dedicated to the cause, the circumstances is not gonna sway whether they stay on track or not. They're gonna keep going. So I'm here to tell you today, it best be you rather be dedicated to this rather than motivated. Because if you depending on motivation, I'm gonna tell you where you at in your walk right now.
Wait.
You are bound for a huge letdown, or you stuck in a rut and you stuck in a bubble of repetition and comfort, and you waiting to be inspired to do this thing. That if you think motivation, if you waiting to be motivated to come to the Most High, to serve the Most High, to get back to your first love that you lost, that a lot of us has lost.
Now you gonna miss out.
Right? We gonna get into it though. We're gonna get into it. So never depend on motivation because it's short term. Instead, we need to be focusing to remember these three things: habits, routine, and discipline. If you implement those three things on the constant, you will never need motivation again for nothing on the path to the kingdom or nothing else in life. Routine, discipline, and habits. Discipline gonna make you consistent. Consistency leads to perfection. Perfection leads to the kingdom of Yah.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
And just know, I got in my notes, I said, our motivation will only last as long as this sentence.
Short-lived.
You wake up, oh man, I'm feeling good this morning. I'm gonna go run around the block. As soon as you go out there, clouds come in the sky, you hear thunder rumble. Oh man, I ain't got time for all that working out today.
Was it a little more colder than you thought it was?
Yeah, so you're not really dedicated to working out. That was just a feeling you had. You weren't really dedicated to sticking to your covenant you made with the Most High. It was just for a season. You was just motivated for a short time. Why? Because everything was going your way. All the conditions was right. It was sunny outside. The birds was chirping. So yeah, you down, but hey, we gonna get into it.
Them good times make you be down, don't
you? Yep. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Let's start this on now. Ecclesiastes chapter 9. We make that commitment all the time. I'm gonna work out more. I'm gonna go lift me some weights. Then you look up, you ain't been to the gym yet still, and guess what your excuses are? Oh man, mortgage. Oh man, children. Oh man, a job. Oh man, the wife. Oh man, life. Bruh, you ain't dedicated to that. So just stop playing.
Come on, man.
Because see, we carve out time for what we want to. We'll make time for what we want to make time for.
For sure. For certain.
Not right. And not only that, we don't even realize or check the frivolous ways we waste our time. I'm working these 12-hour shifts. I just ain't had time to get in my word like that. But you come straight home, you sit in front of the TV, and you flip through the channels at least twice for 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes wasted. You could have came straight home, went in there, said a quick 5-minute prayer.
Yep.
Then after you eat, you sit there rubbing your stomach for about 30 minutes. That's 35 minutes you could have used being dedicated to this cause.
Short amount of time.
Yeah. Then you get out the shower, sitting on the toilet for 20 more minutes. Oh man, ain't enough time in the day, man. Now you just not dedicated to this, bro.
Ain't put on an audio book. Ain't listen to nothing.
Ain't listen to nothing.
They made it easy in this hour, man.
Yeah, man.
Audio books, we got PDFs that read to you.
That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't got so comfortable and so complacent in our walk that we don't even realize how bad the scriptures talk about people that's just merely motivated and not in this thing for the long haul. But we finna get into it though. We finna get into it. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Read one verse, Hebrew, verse 11. When you get it, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11.
Yeah.
And it reads, I returned and saw under the sun.
I returned and saw under the sun. So Solomon describing something that he seen on this earth. Go ahead, Hebrew.
That the race is not to the swift,
Right?
nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to the men of understanding,
Yeah.
nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all.
So Solomon said it basically said in every contest, whether athletic, life or death, there's odds. Time and chance, that's odds. Matter of fact, let's look at those terms up. Let's look those terms up.
Bring it out, Hebrew.
He said, I seen this on the earth, and everything under the sun, there's odds. Stuff that should never happen. Sometimes under the sun, it happens.
Yeah, come on now.
Whenever you watching a race, the swift is usually the one who wins. But guess what Solomon said? Man, not all the time.
Not all the time, brother. That tortoise win every now and again.
Yes, sir. Let's look at these words. Time and chance.
Bring it out.
Talk about opportunity, the definition of it.
Yep. Let's show one. Let's see what I'm doing. Looking for share screen. How you do this? It look like they didn't update it.
The share screen.
Yeah.
You click on the share. You trying to share the whole screen. You got it. So when you hit share screen, you got to click inside, double click inside your screen itself. Then you can share the whole. Then minimize. You can share the whole screen.
Hold on, yeah.
Let's see. You double hit share screen.
Where is it?
At the bottom, share screen at the bottom.
Where? Oh, okay.
Share screen, and you want to share the whole screen, then you click and double click inside it over here. There you go.
All right, here we go. My bad, y'all. Had a brain fart for a minute. Told y'all it's been a while. I forgot how a stream y'all look. All right.
They done updated this junk, ain't it?
Let's get this. Let's get the definition of time and chance. All right. All right. Time is H6256 Hebrew, and this says time. Outline biblical use, the time of an event, time, usual, experiences, fortunes, occurrence, occasion. So experiences that usually don't happen under this sun happens. Right? Experiences. He said fortunes, right? Let's get down to the strong definition. He said time, especially adverb preposition now, when, after, ways, certain, continually, evening, long, due season, so long. As eve, evening, noon, tide, meal, what time, when. Let's go to, there was time, let's do chance. So occurrences happen to them all.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's H6294. Outline of biblical uses, pretty much similar. It says occurrence, a happening. A happening. So he said the race ain't always given to the swift. Now, if we doing working out percentages, if we watch 9 races, 90% of the time, the swiftest person gonna win the race. But that 10th time,
something might happen.
Something might happen where the swift just might not win that race. That odd. Now the swift person got to know that odd is stacked against him.
That's that twisted ankle.
Yeah.
In that race.
So the great ones that go on to this thing and become friends of the Most High and Yahushua, and that's gonna get into the kingdom, they overcome time and change.
Come on now.
Why? They overcome all these happenings. You know what I'm saying? These occurrences, these chances, these life situations that shouldn't be happening but under the sun, these is the things that happening. Now, when the odds happen, that's when you find out, damn, I was just motivated. That's when you find out, oh man, I'm ready for this. I'm dedicated to the cause. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Man, come on, teach it, bro. Teach
All
it.
praises to the Most High. Let's continue. The screen share. Let's drop the screen share, and then let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. We ain't got a lot of scriptures, but I'm gonna run my mouth today. I'm gonna take out a scenic route today.
All praise.
Where we going? You said Proverbs.
1 Corinthians 9. We're gonna pick this up at verse 19. See, some people let time and chance kill they so-called motivation. You shouldn't have been depending on that, no way.
That's right. That's right.
You shouldn't have been depending on that, no way. But somebody who dedicated won't let time and chance deter them from the mission. They gonna beat the odds.
That's right.
Like, dang, some stuff be happening like, dang, I ain't see this coming. But hey, Solomon said, hey, sometimes things happen that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's how life works under the sun.
It ain't nothing new
Facts.
under the sun.
Let's look more at this race, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, let's do 19 through 27. Hebrew, when you get it, go ahead.
And it reads, for there I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without the law, as without the law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law.
22.
To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might that I might by all means save some.
You see what Paul's saying? He's saying, so basically he's saying sometimes you might have to change your manner of approach and the way you behaving depending on who you around in this thing. Say if you went around a bunch of non-Messianics, that's what you talking about, Jews who are without the law as unto Christ. Right? If you truly want to gain souls, do you go around them brothers causing a fire, stoking a fire? Nah, guess what Paul did? He knew who the Messiah was on his, you know what I'm saying, after his road to Damascus, his conversion. Guess what he still did to gain his brothers that still thought the Levitical priesthood was still the way? Guess what he did? He knew it didn't mean what it once meant, but guess what? He still participated in the purification ritual. You know what I'm saying? Took a what you call it, the Nazarite vow. And that's how we gotta be, right? Go ahead.
And this I do for the gospel's sake.
Do y'all see what his driving force of his dedication is? He said, I do all this for the gospel's sake. Go ahead, Hebrew.
That I might be partaker thereof with you.
Yeah.
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain.
Yeah.
And every man that striveth for the mastery as temperate in all things.
He's what? Temperate in all things. There go one of them three terms that we talked about. Discipline, routine, and habits. Right? He said he who runs the race, he's disciplined in all things. Athletes, when they training, we ain't eating certain things, we ain't drinking certain stuff, we ain't inhaling certain stuff. We not hanging around certain people. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with this walk. How you think you gonna sustain that little inspiration you got without no discipline? Hell, as soon as one inconvenience come up, you out of there. You ain't battle tested.
It sound like the jobs nowadays. Folks be struggling trying to get a job. As soon as they get on the job, one thing happen, they quit, they run away, they can't come to work.
That's crazy, man. Our people ain't got no resolve, especially people in this truth.
Mm.
A lot of y'all done fell off hard.
Yes, sir.
Because you was just motivated. This thing look, from the outside looking in, this thing look glamorous to you.
Yeah.
Man, y'all better wake up out here. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
You see that? It's dedication. They do all that to obtain a crown that don't mean nothing. It's so vain, it ain't gonna count for good or evil.
So, man.
I look back, man, in my high school football days, how dedicated I was to that, working out 3-4 times a day after football practice in the summertime. Then come after that, ice bath. Right after that, film study. Right after that, if it's a football game on, I'm watching the players that play my position. Right back after that, film study, another workout, sprints, eating right, cut the junk out. You know what I'm saying? Dedication. I didn't care if it was raining, snowing. I'm going to the gym. I'm going running. I'm doing some push-ups around the house. Something. I'm watching some film. If I'm tired, I'm just laying in the bed and watch the film while I'm watching film. Dedication. But if I was just merely motivated and not dedicated,
come on now.
Oh man, it's cold outside. No, I ain't going to no gym. You see what I'm saying? I already been to football practice. I ain't got to work out no more.
That's right.
Got hurt.
Come on, Hebrew.
26.
Yeah.
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
Right.
So fight I, not as one that beateth the earth.
See, if you strictly going off to waiting to be motivated or waiting to be inspired to go on embark on your journey with the Most High and His Son, you just beating the earth. And when you get on your path, you're gonna be beating the earth. Because it's gonna be short-lived.
That's right.
As soon as stuff stop going right, or as soon as your first text comes, you're gonna tuck tail and run. You're gonna tuck tail and run. Instead of looking at it like, man, the cuts, they turn into scars, the scars is thicker skin. That's the mindset of somebody who's dedicated. Right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection.
They're on one of the 3 terms again, discipline.
Least that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Because see, you got some teachers up here.
Come on now.
They just motivated. But the minute something go wrong in the household, oh man, I don't think I can teach them. Come on, man. Just everything at the crib going bad. Dog won't stop barking. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, he let you know his brothers up here that's teaching other people. There's gonna be castaways when they get done. They weren't motivated. I mean, they weren't dedicated. They was just motivated.
Come on now. They
was just there for their little sugar rush. They got to thinking about the 6-pack they gonna have and the women they gonna be there, and then we get so deceived in all this. We think those results supposed to come in 2 days. We still see the fat hanging around our stomach after 2 days going to the gym. That kill our want to go to the gym and to stay healthy. Oh man, it ain't happening fast enough, huh? I just start next week. Man, look, you're not dedicated. You playing around. Let's go to the next spot, Hebrew. We in the Old Testament Pseudo Volume 2. Let's go to 4th Maccabees. That's page 562.
Boy.
That's page 562. We're going to do 4th Maccabees chapter 17, pick it up at verse 7, and read through verse 24.
You said pick it up at verse 7.
Yeah.
The effects of Martin.
Uh-huh.
And it reads, if it were possible for us to paint as on a picture the story of our piety, would not those who looked upon it shudder to see the mother of 7 sons endure?
Hold on. It doing what?
Enduring
Oh,
manifold.
so to endure, you got to have dedication. You got to have dedication to endure something. Maybe to embark on the journey, you probably had to be motivated, but that has to turn into dedication. So enduring, we finna look at a great example of people who was dedicated to the cause. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Enduring manifold torments unto death for piety's sake.
For piety's sake. Go ahead.
It would in fact be appropriate to inscribe upon their tomb itself as a memorial to those members of our nation the following words. Here lie buried an aged priest, an old woman, and her 7 sons, though through the violence of a tyrant bent on destroying the polity of the Hebrews, they vindicated their race, looking unto God and enduring torments even unto death.
You see what the dedicated already know what they up against. The dedicated, they gonna endure even through torments.
Come on now.
Even through torments. Now, if you just motivated when you see the head starting to roll, you gonna be like Abraham, brother.
Right.
Man.
Come on now.
And see, guess what happened to him? Because he went off just motivation. Well, I'm see what's going on. Then if this way in his favor, then I'm be motivated to slide over here with this brother.
No, it don't work like that.
But look at the one who was dedicated. The one who was dedicated, like, man, I don't give a damn y'all throw me in that fire.
Right.
I serve the one who got power over fire.
Come on now.
That's the difference between the mindsets. That's the difference between the two. One who is dedicated, he ain't gonna let the changes of the circumstances just like your motivation. It's fickle too. That's why you ain't to get so up in arms when things start going downhill in your life. Man, they gonna change. Circumstances change.
That's up.
When everything going downhill, you need to be putting in the work to make sure everything start going back uphill.
Come on now.
Where we at, Hebrew? We
in 11.
Verse 11. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
It says, truly divine was the contest in which they were engaged.
Was the what?
The contest.
You see, this race we in is divine. He said, truly divine was the contest. The race in which they were engaged. Go ahead.
On that day, virtue was the umpire. And the test to which they were put was a test of endurance.
So the race we are in, y'all, is a test of endurance. Atubaya said earlier in the chat. People running this marathon like it's a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And think they doing something. Look, I ran a 4.340 in a marathon. What?
You in the wrong race.
Yeah, you beating against the air, Hebrew. You don't know what you running for. Go ahead, Hebrew.
The prize for victory was incorruption in long-lasting life.
All right, so you say we in this race. Somebody asks you what race? Well, it's a test of endurance. It's a test to see how much you can persevere, how much you can withstand, how much BS you can put up with.
Because like you say, offenses gonna come.
Yes, sir. Time and chance happening to us all. We read that. Now, these mother and 7 sons We reading right here, they using words like virtue, they virtuous, they keeping the law. People like that shouldn't get killed the way they got killed. But what Solomon say up under the sun? He said, look, time and chance happening to us all.
Mm-hmm.
But did they let that fact that was happening to them, even though they was genuine law keepers, did they let that kill their dedication and was like, man, just give me the port?
Come on now.
Nah, go ahead, Hebrew.
The first to enter the contest was Eleazar. But the mother of the 7 sons competed also, and the brothers as well took part.
Yeah.
The tyrant was the adversary, and the world and the life of men were the spectators.
Yeah.
Piety won the victory and crowned her own contestants, who did not marvel at the champions of the divine law.
What verse is it?
16.
Okay, go ahead. I just lost my
Who
spot.
were not amazed.
Yeah.
The tyrant himself and his whole council were astonished at their endurance.
Well, now, repeat that. Read verse 16 at the top again. Because I want y'all to notice something. Throughout this whole lesson, we read it in 1 Corinthians 9 already. Why did Paul say he was doing what he was doing? He said for the gospel's sake. Then right here, it said, verse 16, who did not marvel at the champions of the divine law. Notice, those who are dedicated is stay on what's constant. And what we gonna notice the pattern through the whole lesson, what was constant that they stayed focused on was the wisdom, the law, and the judgments of the Most High. They kept that in the forefront of their mind. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, and who were not amazed. The tyrant himself and his whole council were astonished at their endurance, on account of which they now stand beside the divine throne and live the life of the age of blessing.
You see that even shocked Antiochus Epiphanes. Like, man, look at these people dedication, man. Dedication to the law. These folks look at us like we crazy today, man. You ain't celebrating Christmas?
Yep.
No, bro.
Yep.
You shouldn't be either. Go ahead.
For Moses says, all the holy ones under your hands, then having consecrated themselves for the sake of God, are now honored, not only with this distinction, but also by the fact that through them our enemy did not prevail against our nation.
Yeah.
And the tyrant was punished and our lands purified, since they became, as it were, a ransom for the sins of our nation. Through the blood of these righteous ones, and through the propitiation of their death, the divine providence rescued Israel, which had been shamefully treated. For the tyrant Antiochus, observing intently their heroism in virtue and their endurance under torture.
Or dedication. This ain't describing motivation. Everything we've been reading so far is dedication. These people weren't sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, waiting to be inspired to stand up for the Most High. They was dedicated. No matter what's going on, they standing over there at them torture racks waiting on nothing. Let's get it. That's right. They finna pull my son's scalp back. Let's get it. They finna rip his tongue out. Okay. Because we dedicated around here. The circumstances ain't finna make us sway. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Publicity held up their constancy as a model for his endurance.
Held up their what?
Their constancy.
Constancy. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, for his soldiers, and so roused them to such a high sense of honor and such courage in infantry warfare and in the siege of cities that he ravaged and overthrew all his enemies.
Go read 18, 1 through 5.
O offspring of the seed of Abraham.
That's right.
Children of Israel, obey this law.
See, that's what's gonna be constant through the horrors, through the heaviness, through the camp splits, through the depression, through the divorces, through the friendship breakups. The law is gonna be constant.
Come on now.
That's what you keep it. That's how you stay dedicated.
That's the only thing you can trust in.
That's how you stay dedicated. And we gonna get into that a little bit more later on. But notice when it's talking about these folks enduring, it always gonna come back to what's constant. That's the word.
That's right.
That's the wisdom, the judgments. That's how you keep from going into that fickle state of motivation.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, obey this law and be altogether true to your religion, knowing that devout reasoning is master over the passion.
That's right.
And not only over pains from within, but also from outside ourselves. Those men who surrendered their bodies to suffering for piety's sake were in return not only admired by mankind, but were also deemed worthy of the divine portion.
So why would you let a little pain or a little tiredness keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing every day, keep you from being dedicated? He said reasoning, it can overcome the worst pains, the worst tortures, pains on the inside and outside of the body. Now I got a headache today. But you laying in the bed scrolling Facebook.
Come on, man.
Bible app right next to the Facebook app. Why you ain't laying in the bed scrolling that Bible app?
Come on, talk to him.
Put it on dog mode and let it read to you.
That's what I'm saying. At least you look, something is better than nothing, because when you do nothing, you in the same exact spot you was in yesterday. You didn't go nowhere. Because some people in the mindset, well, man, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be up. I ain't been reading. I ain't gonna read nothing about 5 minutes and I'm gonna fall asleep. 5 minutes better than what you was gonna do, and this is roll over and go to sleep.
Right.
You can at least like my Bruce said, cut that audio Bible on. Man, it don't even take 30 seconds to read a proverb and just meditate on it all day long and think about the different manifold wisdoms that you can pull from that one proverb. Y'all, that take 5 minutes. We don't even do that.
Nope.
That don't even take 5 minutes.
So like, pardon me, y'all.
That don't even take 5 minutes, y'all. Read a proverb twice, repeat it to yourself, and then just meditate on it. But man, it's so much on my mind, it's so much on my plate. I ain't just had time. But you had time after Friday, after you got off, you had time to go cash that check. You had time to go get go shopping. You're thinking about your belly, so you made sure you went to the grocery store.
Come on, man.
And hey, this will sustain you longer than physical food. So that's time you could have saved going to the store. Man, I don't need to eat tonight. I got food at the crib, spiritual food. That's gonna sustain me for at least 40 days and 40 nights. See, when we really want to do something, we gonna carve out the time and we gonna make an opportunity, carve out an opportunity to do something that we really want to do. But when we really just ain't sold on it, we really ain't all in, man, look, when we don't feel like it, man, forget it, man. Forget it, man. I'm starting to see people fall off. Certain people, man, when I first got it, some of these people was in the walk before me.
Yeah.
You're not coming to Shabbat class. Then when people come to check on you, go and check on you, see what's going on with you on the Shabbat, you going over there. Hell, there's more kicking it than kingdom work going on the Shabbat.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
I ain't left the truth. Man, look, let's stop being simple. Leaving is not always an immediate act. Leaving is a gradual process sometimes.
Come on now.
It's little bit by little bit.
Break it down, bro.
You stop going to Shabbat class. What's next? Relationship problems.
Come on now.
What's next? Mental problems.
Come on now.
What's next? Children problems. What's next? Health problems. And you will sit up there and wonder why is this all happening?
Come on, bro.
Cause you done fell away from your first love. You done left your first love. That same fire you once had when you first got into that walk, you ain't got that no more. That fire that went down. It's almost fizzled out now.
And if you think about what's going on in your personal life, and they keep you from doing the kingdom work.
Yeah. We gonna get to that. Ooh, y'all just wait. We ain't got a lot of scriptures, but the scriptures the Ruach led me to put together for this lesson, they pack heavy punches for the subject matter that we talking about.
Yeah.
What verse was you at?
I was starting in 4. It says, and it is because of them that our nation enjoyed peace. It says they revived the observance of the law in their land and repulsed their enemies.
You see that our nation got peace because the brothers was dedicated to the cause.
Who was willing to not change themselves.
Yeah, and by you being an Israelite, and you faking, you not really dedicated to this. It's just something you do whenever you feel like it or when you got time, when you're not busy, which stands for buried under Satan's yoke. When you're not busy, you know.
Cold right there, boy.
Because that's all that is. Everything that got you busy is just notice it's keeping you away from your way of life in these scriptures.
Come on,
and your walk with the Most High.
And it's funny if you look at anything in life and you can see how it's structured to do that, to keep you away from this word, the Most High. Or keep you unclean. So even if you're getting this word, it ain't benefiting you if you're unclean.
Yep. So hey, your choice. Either be dedicated or just motivated, depend on motivation. You know what I'm saying? You in a bad mental state, you just sitting around waiting to be inspired to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You know a situation with your brother and sister is between y'all beefing about something, and all it takes is to sit down. But you ain't dedicated enough to stick to the code of conflict resolution. You got to be motivated to feel like they deserve that. You got to be motivated to feel like to act like a wife today. You got to be motivated to feel like to be a father to your children today.
No days off.
Hell, getting on some of you teachers.
Come on now.
You got lazy habits. We supposed to be up in this thing 24/7.
Ooh-wee.
24/7. Was that verse 5, Hebrew?
I want to finish with it.
Go ahead, finish it out.
It says,
you can go to the next spot. Go ahead.
And the tyrant Antiochus was punished on earth and continues to suffer punishment in death. For when he had failed absolutely to compel the people of Jerusalem to adopt the pagan way of life and to forsake the customs of their fathers.
See that? That's what your family doing to you today.
Yeah.
How dedicated are you?
They making sure you adopt the pagan ways.
You motivated when all your bruises around it. You standing strong. Yeah, Christmas is pagan. When you by yourself and they ganging up on you, you calling, brother. Hey, man, they said Jeremiah 10 was written by the evil priest, man. And I tried to use that to tell them about Christmas. What I'm supposed to, man. Search the script. Go study your scriptures. Get dedicated and go study them scriptures.
Instead of looking for an excuse to not.
You just about this Israelite thing when it's time to bang on another belief system or something.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that motivates you about this thing. You just love being right. That's your motivation for calling yourself an Israelite. You not really dedicated. You just like to shut people down. They give you an ego boost.
Man. Power trip.
That was it, Hebrew.
It says, He departed from Jerusalem and marched away against the Persians.
All right,
That was it.
let's go to the next spot. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Should you be motivated or dedicated to complete the mission at hand? I think we all know our answer by now. We just walking it down now. We just walking it down.
It cold.
We just walking it down now, man.
Deuteronomy 10.
Deuteronomy 10. We're gonna read one verse, Hebrew verse. Let me see what I want. Okay, yeah, verse 12. Just one verse, verse 12, right. Hebrew. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 10.
Yeah.
Verse 12, and it reads, and now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God.
Ooh, wait a minute. Why is that the first thing he said when he talked about what the Lord requires of you? Because the fear of Yah is the beginning of the knowledge. If you don't really have a deep reverence or respect for him, he's not going to reveal none of his knowledge to you.
And the fear of Yah will help, man, keep your walk online. Like, I won't do something to somebody because I'm afraid what God gonna do to me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
He already control everything.
Every outcome.
So if I think what I'm going through now is too much or too hard, and then I still ain't fearing him, how much am I really concerned with my situation?
Right. Look, I ain't even gonna speak on that. That's a whole other can of worms right there. Finish that out.
It says to walk in all his ways.
Pick it up at the top of Hebrew.
It says, and now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, to love him.
To walk in some of his ways.
No, all his ways.
Just the ones that you like.
All his ways.
Just the ones that make you feel comfortable.
Not your ways, his ways.
Just the ones that's barely helping sustain that sugar rush of motivation that's gonna fizzle out pretty soon.
Not at all. He say walk in all his ways.
Okay, all his ways. That means you ain't doing nothing like how Babylon do it.
Or how you think you ought to do it.
You not treating your husband like how women in Babylon treat their husband. You not treating your wife how men in Babylon treat their wives. None of that. You ain't treating your brother and sister how people in Babylon in all your ways. That's how the dedicated move. But see, we reading right now what our forefathers and what the Messiah called the greatest commandment in the Torah. Go ahead, finish reading the Hebrew. We finna find out why.
And to love him and to serve the Lord thy God.
Yeah.
With all thy heart and with all thy soul.
All right, so now you got heart and soul to love and serve him with all thy heart and all thy soul. So now we've been called, this is the law in the Torah that calls us to dedication. To dedicate our innermost faculties, mind and soul, completely to the Most High. No divided interests.
Bring it out, brother.
I'm an Israelite by day, but I play in Babylon by night. That's not all your mind and soul. You not dedicated, brother. You not dedicated. You treat everybody else, you know what I'm saying, that's affiliated with the class and the ministry with respect. But when you and your wife get home, woman, get your ugly in there and cook something.
Call all out a name, ready to sprinkle.
Like, man, come on, man. Like, we playing, bro.
And it's terrible because he takes into account all these things.
And I see why he said this the greatest commandment, because you can't keep no other commandment unless you done fully dedicated your mind, your innermost being, your innermost faculties, committed it to really doing this thing, no matter what happened, no matter what situation arrives, no matter who I lose, no matter who fall off, no matter who pass away, no matter who cut me off.
Come on now.
no matter how broke I get. That's why this is the greatest commandment. Because look, if you don't dedicate that over first, you gonna steal from your neighbor.
Yeah, you ain't all in.
Yep.
This why they said this
You
the
gonna
greatest
be
one.
envious with the eye. You gonna covet.
Yeah. That's why they said, look, this the greatest commandment. You cannot proceed unless you complete this step
And
first.
then if you ain't getting it the way you want it, you gonna let that plow go. You gonna walk off, man.
Yep.
You gonna
Yep.
take your hand off that plow. You gonna turn around. It's gonna be over.
You will not,
Don't do it.
brother, fruit that you want to see. You cannot proceed. You cannot pass go until you get the greatest commandment down pat first. And it's like some of us had you know how they had a show the percentages of stuff loading, 50%, 100%. It's like we had a meter up there with let's say we all had a meter up there with that said transformation process. And like some of y'all just stopped at 50. It's just buffer.
Buffer.
It's just buffering that 50.
Need a high speed internet.
Man,
Yeah, error message popping up.
whole connection lost.
Transformation process pause.
Incomplete.
Buffering at 50%.
Mm-hmm.
You stop halfway. Why? Because you was just motivated for a little season.
Come on, man.
And
You
that's
got
our
your ball.
motivation good for a little season.
Yeah, man, because motivation won't make you keep your vows.
So it won't.
I'm telling you.
So it won't, because you don't wake up every day motivated to be married. But if you dedicated,
Come on now.
you gonna weather those that you gonna make you, because you know you gotta make it through it in order for this thing to work how I know it's supposed to work. I gotta make it through them days where I just don't have the motivation some
Right.
days
Because
to
when you
be.
dedicated, it ain't no option, man. It ain't no option.
It ain't, bruh.
It just
We gonna
It
get the
has to
job
be.
done or
Right.
bust.
right. And we ain't selling for buzz. We getting the job done. Get the job done.
Pick 12 up at the top, Aki. At the top again. Read that again.
Read that again
Because
for the people.
you can't proceed any further and bear any real fruit
Come on now.
in the law unless you do the greatest one first.
That's right. That's right.
If you got divided interests up here mentally, you gonna be in your word. Then the next minute you gonna be in the married woman's inbox. You gonna be in Shabbat class one day in the strip club the same night.
Yep.
Come on now.
Man, you go, boy. And you know this, like they other said last night, man. This is the time of the seduction.
Yeah.
And everything, man.
Mhm.
Everything coming at you.
Yeah. So the greatest commandment, to sum it up, you must be mentally all in before you can proceed any further. That's the greatest commandment. Let's go look at it in the New Testament, Matthew 22. Matthew 22. Your innermost being got to be dedicated to even be able to rightfully perform Torah. You can't even just come in this thing and say, I'm here, y'all. Got my fridges on.
Yeah.
All right. Let that first fire trial come up. See how that Negro act.
Yeah, man.
Hey, because once the fire gets started, man, it's not stopping. He said he got to purify you.
Hey, just walk hard. Yeah, it's hard. Don't nobody say easy.
Nothing.
Don't nobody say easy. Show me that. Of course, yeah. Tell us something we don't know.
But he said you didn't do it, it get better with time.
Tell us something we don't know.
That righteous reasoning get much better the more you really do it.
You got a whole example of her in your master struggling to be obedient to what his father told him. And in that same example, you see him overcoming.
That's right.
And here you are feeling sorry for yourself.
He was obedient to death.
Yeah, sitting around waiting for something to change. It don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. You not dedicated.
Dang.
People love how that victim church feels so good to some people.
Man, what you talking about?
It feels so good to some. We love to blame mental illness and trauma on why we ain't changed yet.
Yes.
Use it like a crutch.
You grown now. Some of us pushing 30. Some of us pushing 40.
52.
52, still doing the same thing. Look, you've been the only one solely responsible for yourself. So it's been time for you to stop blaming these external circumstances, time and chance. Look, overcome the time and chance.
Come on, brother.
How
Come
about
on.
that?
Come on now.
Or are you just motivated?
Or dedicate your mind to what you know the outcomes.
You one of them bruised that, man, if all this one going on, man, I can serve the most high I want.
Excuse of life.
I see, Pete, I'm gonna tell you something about people who depend on motivation to complete goals, especially on this narrow path. Man, come on, let's just.
No.
I'm gonna bring it out later. I'm
Bring it out.
in the class.
Bring
I'm
out
bring
the
it
excuse of
later.
life.
Go ahead, man. Matthew 22, y'all. We're gonna pick this up at verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 22, verse 34. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
And it reads,
Yeah.
but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together.
Yeah.
Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law?
Yeah, see, they trying to see, look, let's see how well he know how the law is written, and if he know if we deem certain laws greater, and you know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can get him on that.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Yeshua said unto them,
Yeah.
Thou shalt love the Lord thy God
Uh-huh.
with all thy heart.
All right, so if that's the greatest one, if you haven't done that step yet, how do you think you're going to bear the fruit?
That's right.
How do you keep the first and second commandment?
And see, some of us need to, as the sun go down on this Shabbat, when this class over with, some of us need to really ask the question to ourselves and meditate and say, man, am I really in this thing? Like, am I really dedicated to this cause? Or has it been that everything been going so smooth? And I just feel like serving the Lord because everything going good. But let me think about how did I act the last time everything wasn't going so good? Oh yeah, I stopped reading my book. I stopped praying. I stopped fasting. Man, am I just motivated? How did I act the last time I had an irritating day when I got to the house? Did I try to soothe it over by reading the book and prayer? Or did I just come home cussing my wife and children out? So you got to be motivated even when you pissed off. Even when you wake up and ain't feeling your best. You're feeling sick in your spirit. Hey, you might be fatigued, might be tired.
Yeah.
That's when you really need to get up. That's when it should click in your head. Hold on, man. Yeah, I know I'm tired, but the first thing can't keep flying out my mouth to everybody else. Hey, man, this ain't no religion. This is a lifestyle. But hell, we don't treat it like no lifestyle. After the Shabbat, you don't see your script again until next Shabbat. It's a religion to you. Man, we work 12-hour shifts, Brad. We come home and can't even get the most high 30 minutes.
Yeah, because it's choices to it.
You didn't just gave Babylon 12 hours of your time. A lot of people just ain't dedicated. Conditions just right now, but when it get cloudy, we'll see what's going on.
Yep.
We'll see what's going on. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It's crazy because that's how it is. It says, and with all thy soul and with all thy mind.
Facts.
This is the first and great commandment. And the second is life.
That's your first order of business before you can proceed.
Come on, man.
You wonder why you struggling. You ain't got the first order of business correct.
You're not all in.
You still got divided interests up here. And you wonder why you struggling trying to keep the Torah, the rest of the Torah. You ain't got the greatest one. You ain't got the greatest one. You ain't fully all in mentally.
Say that.
You still like, man, Babylon's still kind of fun, man. I know I'm supposed to be acting a certain way, but man, when I just get a high when I do that. I just get a high when I participate in X, Y, and Z in Babylon, man. It just feels too good, man. Lord just gonna have to get me for this. Oh, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Let's keep going, Hebrew. Let's keep going.
It said, and the second is like unto thee.
Yeah.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Go ahead.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
So you can define the sum of the law in the two principles. The greatest commandment, which is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and soul. And the second one is to love your neighbor with all thy heart and soul.
It's crucial.
Right? So if you didn't follow the first the greatest commandment, hey, you dedicated. You dedicated. Let's go to the next spot. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. A lot been going on. A whole lot been going on. I just been sitting back looking.
Come on now.
Like, man, with the stuff I've been seeing, bro. From conscious Israel, I'm talking about conscious Israel. If I didn't tell you who these people was and just told you what was going on, you were like, man, where you was? In South Memphis somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, bro, these Israelites.
Come on now.
Acting like that, yeah. Yeah.
Who you supposed to be keeping the team.
And then people wonder why when we get up here, it sounds like we always going at somebody. Because Israel always going off. That's
right.
why. Name me a time period where Israel didn't go off.
Ain't one.
Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. And then when we go quiet on stuff, don't say nothing, and let the cancer just spread throughout the whole class, then it's, man, them elders on the same stuff they was at the last class. That's why the elders get frustrated, because it's like, damn if we do, damn if we don't. Let the chiefs be the chiefs, and the Indians got jobs for Indians. If the Ruach put it on one of these brothers' heart to say something, to harp on something for a few weeks, bro, it ain't up to you to say if it's, you know what I'm saying, valid or not. Just because you tired of hearing about the same subject, well, stop doing the same stuff. It's the same thing. Bickering.
And everything
fighting.
ain't meant for everybody. If it ain't meant for you, then
It's the same cycle of issues, which let me know ain't nobody growing. Proverbs chapter 4, Hebrew, and it's getting real frustrating. Proverbs chapter 4, pick it up at verse 14, Hebrew.
and it reads, enter not into the path of the wicked.
Do what?
Enter not into the path of the wicked.
Yeah.
And go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it.
Do what?
Avoid it.
Now go to the path of evil men and start doing like this.
Man, avoid it.
No, he
Stay
said
away.
avoid it. Get away
That's
from
right.
it.
That's right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Pass not by it.
Yeah.
Turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they can cause some to fall.
See, we talking about this is a reprobate right here.
Yeah.
So much so you done got so used to wickedness to the point to where that soothes you to where you can go to sleep at night. You restless until you go do some bidding for Satan. Then you can sleep easy now.
Like
You gone. Go ahead.
It says, for they eat the bread of the wicked. For they eat the bread of wickedness
Right.
and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as a shining light.
The path of the just is what?
A shining light.
Go ahead.
That shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
Go ahead.
The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not it what they stumble.
You see that? So considering where each path leads should help people make the right decision, you would think. Yeah. And one of Satan's greatest tactics is making that wicked path appear plain and putting the consequences thereof all the way at the end. he gonna make that way plain with stones as far as your eye can see.
It's gonna look inviting and everything.
But right there at the end, he hid the consequences.
Turn.
Matter of fact, let's get how was your spot right now?
I'm gonna read it.
Sirach 21.
Read
Sirach 21 and 10. Read Sirach 21 and 10. Sirach 21 and 10, and it says, the way of sinners is made plain with stones. See, it looked like a path you should go down. See, that's those situations in life where we think something is from the Most High, but it really ain't. Oh, man, I believe the Most High told me to abandon my children, man. Start over with somebody new. What scripture is that? I think the Most High told me to walk on my covenant, man.
Okay.
Last time.
Where they said?
Okay.
Where they said you could be walking with Satan on his path. And he said he make it plain with stone. He make it look pleasing to the eye. Oh, yeah. I know y'all told you what was behind door number 1, but just come on, look what's behind door number 2 real quick. And I don't need to see what's behind door number 2. Because the Most High Power showed me everything behind door number 1.
And we know he ain't gonna show you this, mama. Like, he say he'll send that false prophet and approve and right in front of your face just to see if you're gonna follow him.
He said the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they stumble at, right?
Yep.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
My son, attend to the words and incline thine ears unto my saying.
Hold on, what verse?
20 then.
Read 20 over again, Hebrew.
My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear into my saying.
Now, I want y'all to pay close attention to these next 7 verses. Pay close attention to how it mentions body parts, eyes, feet, heart, ears, mouth, eyelids. More specifically, those are gates.
Each one of them.
Right? And we finna see that it's speaking to the point that now we must dedicate our bodies, specifically our gates, to the Most High. First, we read Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Make sure your innermost faculties, mind and soul, is dedicated. Now we finna see about body parts, which we call gates, that information go in and out of 24/7. Now you got to make sure that that's dedicated to the Most High.
Something I had just learned when the elders was going over when Aaron was getting consecrated, and he had to get the blood on the ear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We learned that. We learned about that Friday night.
Got the shoulder thing with the names of the 12 to carry the burdens, and I was like, man, the Most High, like, boy, it's so intricate.
Yeah.
Man, this thing ain't nothing to play with.
Verse 21. Go ahead.
It says, "Let them not depart from thine eyes.
Ooh.
Keep them in the midst of thine heart."
In the back of your mind.
In the middle of.
He said, in the midst of your heart, right next to where that sin nature that all of us was born with. Said it right next to that, right there. Keep it right next to there so those two spirits can be constantly banging with each other.
So your conscience can actually tell you right from wrong, man.
He said, put them words right next to that evil nature that you all got from your daddy Adam, right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh.
You see that? So that these words, this wisdom from the proverb, the wisdom from the law, is to help you cultivate a mind that loves wisdom and is dedicated to staying focused on wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to neglect this walk, neglect these scriptures, neglect your calling, neglect the measure of the ruach that's been given to you, the proof of the consequences in the issues of your mind. He said the way of sinners is darkness.
Mm-hmm.
He told you where to work. He told you what to hone in on, what to focus on, the only constant, the word, the wisdom. But as soon as you start to slip off, you know what I'm saying? You're not dedicated. You just motivated because it might have been going good. That's why you was in your book though. But now it ain't going good. You're not really in your book like that no more. You're not even checking on the bruise no more. You're not even praying no more. You're not even fasting no more. You're not even honoring the Shabbat no more. You can't wait for the Shabbat to be over with now.
Ooh.
The sun being up on the Shabbat is a burden for you now.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It's terrible. So you imagine what they feeling like Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when you start to neglect this walk, neglect your calling, neglect the calling that you was called to abide in when you was called. When you start to neglect that, don't wonder why it's dark and gloomy, because we just read the way of sinners is what? Dark.
Darkness, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness.
Okay, go ahead, Hebrew.
It says,
Go ahead.
keep thy heart with all diligence.
Hold on, because see now it's this big thing in this era that we living in. Well, it's a mental illness. You can't control what happens. Why? Well, the code that I live by just told me to protect my mind. So if I can't control what goes in and out, why am I being told to protect it?
And he didn't say mine softly. He said diligence.
Diligently.
And that's my constant.
Diligently. He basically telling you, look, the issues of your heart can manifest outwardly.
Mm-hmm.
What? Bring it out.
Talking about we can't control mental illness and all that. That happened to him when he was a child. Very unfortunate. I understand. You grown now. You responsible for you. Because guess what? That person who did that to you, they moved on a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just spent your teens, your 20s, your 30s, still feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
Using trauma and mental illness as a crutch.
Bring it out.
Instead of picking yourself up by the bootstraps.
Bring it out.
And coming to these scripts and getting it right. The only other thing I can think why people ain't doing it more because they don't believe that this real. They don't even believe in the power of the word of the Most High. They don't. They don't. It sounded good for a minute when they was motivated.
Right.
But let's see if you still here after the camp splits. You know what I'm saying? The fallouts.
Mm-hmm.
The family splits.
Come on now.
Because they have.
The abandonments of friends and blood relatives. That's when we see who dedicated. When all they get to happening, and brothers and sisters still sticking around, still being consistent. Oh yeah, they dedicated. They dedicated. When people start going into their shell because inconveniences start happening, that I ain't gonna say you. That kind of give off some soft vibes to me. Because you not keeping the same energy you had when you wasn't inconvenienced.
Mm-hmm.
And a dedicated soldier of the Most High, he gonna do that.
And you know it's coming because he say he's gonna test you.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna test you to see if you're gonna stay on that narrow path. He
right.
want to know if you're gonna be lukewarm.
Facts.
If you the same as that spittle,
So we need to understand we control what we let in our heart because it told us to protect it. So we have the authority, the ability, and the power to keep certain things out of our mentals. We do. And we have the authority to put certain things in our mentals. So all that, well, you know, they just can't help it. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Just stop that, man. The excuses. See, the victim seat feel too good to some people.
Come on now.
the excuses, rationalizing why you should be. Instead of that righteous reasoning like the mother in the said.
Making all the excuses why they ain't got their act together yet. Like the Most High is finna be patient with you, and you one of the ones who started off but went back, and you think he gonna have all the patience in the world with you. You need to be trying to hurry up and get your act together.
Because
come on now.
It ain't no choices, man. You either is or you ain't.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
The Most High say you either gonna be down or you not.
Right. Read 23 at the top.
23. It says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence.
Yeah.
For out of it are the issues of life."
Issues you see in your life. Right here, start right here in your mind. Man, I'm tired. Always remember this. Your subconscious is always listening. You keep putting that I'm tired energy. I'm tired. Every day you come home from work, guess how you gonna feel?
Tired. Woe down. Short.
Mine look. Keep reading.
Yeah. Put away from thee a forward mouth.
A who?
A froward mouth.
All right, so they go to mouth, right? Go ahead.
A perverse lips.
Perverse lips. There you go. Go
Put
ahead.
far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on.
Ooh, well, you know how dedicated you got to be to not even look to the right or to the left.
Man.
All the sideline chatter.
All the peripheral eye movement and stuff going on.
All your people standing on the side with the hard faces. He told you, man, look straight ahead.
That's right.
Don't even look at that. Don't even look at that. He said, look, that's dedication. But if you just on this path and you motivated, you'll be looking straight ahead for a minute, and then when you don't feel like it, man, let me look around for a minute. Now you distracted. Now you busy. Now you off track. Now you circling the drain on your way out.
Wait.
See, falling off in this truth, man, it ain't just always a immediate, sudden act. It's a gradual process for some people when they fall off. It usually starts out. They stop coming to Shabbat class. That's how it usually start out. They stop coming to Shabbat class. When the scripture tell us don't forsake the assembly together of ourselves. But encourage one another so that we won't drop out. Not understanding Satan tactics, thinking you know every damn thing. He wants you by yourself. He wants you away from the class. He wants you away from your brothers and sisters. How he came at Eve?
Come on now.
By herself on the other side of the garden.
That's right.
How he come at Christ?
By himself. As soon as he went into the
Oh man, can't nobody walk in my shoes, man. I'm gonna do this by myself, nigga. You can't do nothing by yourself. We didn't just all then forgot that admonishment in Zephaniah, gather ye yourselves together. That don't mean a damn to a lot of you brews in this hour right now.
Come on now. Come on.
Finish it out, Hebrew.
It says, let thine eyes look right on.
Dedication.
And let thine eyelids look straight before thee.
That's right.
Ponder the path of thy feet.
Man.
And let all thy ways be established.
You see that? He said, ponder the path of your feet, man. Ask yourself, man. Look. am I really dedicated to this?
Mm.
For real.
For real, man. Like, we need to ask ourselves this.
Cause man,
Mm.
emotions can't outweigh the dedication, man.
Man, it be too many life circumstances happening and Bruce just having meltdowns out here, bro.
Come
I'm
on,
like,
man.
bro, y'all need to get some thicker skin.
Damn it.
Bruce be straight up having meltdowns, bro, over a car breaking down.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
Somebody not talking to them again, bro. They'll go in they shell and cut everybody off. What everybody do to you? Why didn't you just save that energy for that person that did you like that? You got divided interests over. You still want to do stuff how you want to do it, how Babylon taught you how.
Come on now.
And see,
How you was used to doing it here in Babylon.
they was supposed to be having the main conversation they were supposed to be having. The most important conversation they were supposed to be having was supposed to be with the Most High.
Yep.
That's right.
Let's go to the next spot. Revelation chapter 2, 1-7. We ain't got nothing but a few more after this.
Once they do
Take your
that,
time,
they'll
bro.
know
Take
what they
your time.
supposed to be doing.
Take your time.
He said, bring it to him. He the counsel.
You know, being by yourself then got you built up with all this resentment and, you know what I'm saying, all this anger and bitterness and frustration anyway. Don't want to talk to nobody about your problem. Ain't even trying to talk to the Most High about it. Whenever somebody, man, come to me talking about the spirit of heaviness and depression, don't go the scientific route with me because I'm going to take you back to square one, spiritual matter.
Come on now.
Relentless prayer and fasting to get that right on up off you. But guess what people do? They just sit there. won't be proactive about it. They pray and fast for 2 days and still don't get the result you want, and you think it's something wrong with the weapons that he gave us. No, it's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with your dedication to getting that spirit up off you.
And that's if they ain't get distracted by their feelings because you ain't want to listen to them.
Yeah.
Man, crazy. You all in your
Niggas gonna
feelings.
tell me
He
depression
told you
is
the
a
right
choice.
thing to do.
He said protect your heart.
Yep.
If you couldn't keep nothing, if Solomon thought you didn't have the authority to keep nothing out from entering into your mind, he wouldn't use the word protect.
Come on now. The Most High ain't stupid.
And then, like the master said, something is going to be removed by fasting and praying.
Man, relentless fasting and praying, bro. He said you can move mountains. You don't move a mountain in 2 days.
Not at all.
Some things is gonna come like that. Something, man, it's a 12-round fight. And then the crazy part about it is the Most High already told you, look, y'all did every test, every trial, tribulation you had, you more than comes, you already won it. You just got to show up to the fight and land some punches. And don't ball up when you get hit back. But we done already chalked the dub up to you. You just got to show up for the fight.
Yeah.
And Negroes ain't even showing up for the fight, man. Negroes was in the fight, got hit in the mouth a few times. Now they in the corner in the fetal position, ready to throw in the towel.
Knowing it's a bigger battle right after that. It's crazy.
What we in Revelation 2?
Where you want me to pick it up at?
We're gonna read the through 1-7, Hebrew.
I bet.
1-7.
Revelation chapter 2, and it reads, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus, write these things, saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Yeah.
I know thy
You
works.
see the first, you see that? Now I want this assembly to pay attention to this. He's talking to an assembly in Ephesus. You know the first thing he said. I know the condition of the whole assembly. Everybody, what's going on up in there? He said, I know y'all works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First thing he said, I see y'all, and I know what y'all up to.
Wait.
Talking to an assembly now.
Make it plain.
I know the people in this assembly get my drift on that.
Because I know that works.
Go ahead, he don't think the stuff that's being done ain't being watched and jotted down.
Come on now.
Every line, every tip.
He said, I know that works. Go ahead.
And that labor.
Yeah, y'all put some work in too now. I ain't just gonna bash it now. There's some good things too. Go ahead.
And that patience.
Yeah.
And how thou cannot bear them which are evil.
Uh-huh.
And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not. And have found them liars.
Mm-hmm.
And has borne and has patience. And for my name's sake have labored and have not fainted.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
You see that? You see what Yahweh Shai said? He said, despite all that good, it's something that I still want to kill y'all for. Mm-hmm. See, you can't do wrong and think, well, I'm gonna do enough good to cover up the wrong and never just repent for the wrong you did. Don't work like that.
Mm-hmm. Gotta repent for the wrong.
All the good, he said, man, y'all, I know y'all labor. Y'all hate those who evil. Y'all got patience, but it's still something terribly wrong with this assembly.
Come on.
And what he about to reel off is a sin worthy unto death for this assembly.
Come on now.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
He says, and has nevertheless I have somewhat against thee because thou hast left thy first love.
You done left your first love. That fire, that enthusiasm you had when you first got into this truth, it done fizzled out. When you first got into the truth and was hungry for the word, guess what? You were coming to Shabbat class, won't worry about the drama, won't worry about what was popping off over here in the clan, won't worry about what was popping off over there in the clan. Not get what your excuse is. Man, it's just too much damn drama for me to go back up there. Wait a minute. Why you ain't got the same laser focus you had when you had your first love? And see, Satan to let you believe that. Man, it's too much drama, man. Well, go be the light. That ain't that. They don't. People might don't click like that.
Nope.
Just half-ass effort we give it, man. This is half-ass what we've been doing. Excuse my language.
Israel ain't never been without drama. You can't read that nowhere in the Bible.
You might as well go to Mars somewhere if you want to get away from the drama.
What?
Always gonna be drunk. Man, ain't just too much going on in that class. Well, just look, come there, write your notes down, get the scriptures, and go on about your business.
Okay, he called Israel some scorpions.
If that ain't where your attention is, it ain't gonna bother you. Like it didn't bother you when you had your first love.
Come on now.
Hell, you knew before you came into the truth. It's always drama with black people, period. But drama pop off inside the truth and we just so offended. I can't believe they did that. You just motivated. That's how you want to quit anyway. Go on over there.
TJ said,
man, boy.
About to rent your garments, boy. So
you ain't lying. That's the perfect expression right now.
I know, right.
That's the perfect expression right now.
Just want to just get the Hulkamania on this.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen.
He said, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen. So I want to tell, and the Ruach talking to who it needs to talk to, the Ruach letting you know, man, yeah, you've been falling off. Yeah, you've been circling the drain. Yeah, you ain't got the same dedication that you once had. You ain't establishing the same discipline, routine, and principles that you once had when you had that fire. Just think back to the time when you first came into the truth. Think about how you felt. Think about all the routines, the discipline, everything you did when you was on fire.
Come on now.
Now think about the events that took place in your life around the time when you started noticing your fire fizzling out. And now the key to this, you got to be real with yourself. You can't be in your head making excuses. Well, see, man, I'm working these 12-hour shifts, man. That's why I ain't been able to pray like that, get in my word, see. I used to be up all night.
Lie.
Man, look.
Now you make excuses for everything.
It's to the point to where now, bro, I would rather be tired for the first half of my shift in the morning than have went to bed that night because I was so tired and didn't read my book. It's what you willing to sacrifice for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to sacrifice me being a little sleepy at work on the floor for the first 3-4 hours because I was up reading last night.
Yeah.
Oh, is sleep more important? I gotta get my rest, man. My head hurt.
Wake up, still be tired.
Head still hurt. Where you should have handled that kingdom business, drop down to your knees and prayed it up off you. At least you did some praying that day.
At least you did some righteous work.
But hey, we gotta feel like it to serve the Most High. We gotta feel like serving the Most High to serve.
Well, I hate hearing it. Feel.
All our bills gotta be paid. We gotta have good running cars and can't nothing be going wrong to stay on the consistent path to serve the Most High for some of us. I sure hate that for some of us that had been the disciples of the Messiah when he walked this earth. No place to lay your head. They ain't take no coats, no script, no staves, and did not collect money for their services either. They mission was purely faith-based.
With no worldly reward at the time.
It was even harder for them back then to stay dedicated than it is for us now. When we go teach the gospel in other cities, what we take us coats, we take food, we take, you know what I'm saying?
You got the bag.
But think about how hard it was for them brothers back then to stay dedicated to the cause. No script, no coat. You ain't collecting no money, but you steadily traveling.
And you know you can get killed.
Yeah. No, and the government on your tail. They watching. Got dossiers on all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for you.
Then you shaking hands with one of them and informing.
Don't hurry up and run
Man,
down.
look. Go ahead, bro.
It
Stop talking
says,
so much.
Take your time, Hebrew.
Go ahead, bro. Verse 5.
remember therefore from whence thou art fallen.
He said, see that? He let you know you better go back as best as you can in your mind and remember how you was when you first heard about this truth.
And repent.
And ask for forgiveness for falling off, for becoming complacent, for just being motivated and not really dedicated. Go ahead.
And do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly.
You see that? That's a sin unto death. Fizzling out. That's a sin unto death, not sticking with your first love. He said, get this together. Despite all that good y'all got going on, get this together. I don't care about the good. I'm going to kill you for this. Despite all that good, I'm still going to kill you for this. If you don't get dedicated. Get back to your first love and stay dedicated to staying there. Because if you keep on doing this process of back on and back off, back on and back off, he gonna spit you out his mouth. One year you're back on the saddle. Next year you're back all down, trying feeling sorry for yourself. Ain't nobody heard from you. Stop playing, man. What verse we in?
I'm in the middle of 5. It says, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
Mhm.
But this thou hast, that thou hast the deeds of the.
Now, that was it. That was
Okay.
it. So basically, look, you know how you felt when you fell in love with this thing.
Mhm.
Think back on your routines. What was you doing? You was watching YouTube lessons all day. What was you doing all week? Studying scripture. You had you made sure you met the prayer times in Jerusalem when you first started this thing. Get back into the routine. Get that discipline back. Start building back up them righteous habits of the playing fast every week. Why you stop doing that? Get back to that first works, y'all. And that takes dedication.
There's some baggage right there.
Let's go to the next spot. Psalms 119. Psalms 119.
Boy, there's some baggage right there, boy.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
People do too much complaining over life circumstances. Like there's gonna be a valid enough excuse for you to use before your house shot.
Right.
Man, he don't care.
He put the circumstance in your life.
And then told you didn't already beat it. Told you how to use your weapons. Gave you plenty of powerful weapons. Gave you some of his power from on high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What Big Worm tell Smokey when he told him he couldn't find nobody to buy that weed? You not applying yourself, homie.
Yeah.
Psalms 119. Now watch this. Watch this. We finna get into. I'm finna show y'all something right here. Psalms 119. Pick it up at verse 49. I want y'all to pay attention. The one constant in all these odds that David is about the word, despite all the odds, the dedication to not stray off, because all of this is what helped David overcome the affliction. He gonna name affliction. He gonna say, he gonna speak of proud men that had him in derision. What he say, horrors.
Mm-hmm.
Let's read. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Verse 49.
119.
Yeah, 119 verse 49.
It said, remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast cast me to hope.
Now, what
caused me to hope.
What do we read that we supposed to keep in the forefront of our mind in Proverbs?
The law. The word.
Yes, sir. Them words, that wisdom, the law. Notice, look at what David is saying. He said, remember thy word unto thy servant upon which that has caused me to hope. What is the constant here? The word.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
This is my comfort in my affliction.
Also, when affliction come, what's the what you need to be dedicated to?
The Most High.
The word.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom that we read about in Proverbs, keeping that at the forefront of your mind.
Yeah. Like the Maccabees, more than the 7 sons.
You give your inner being to always thinking about this. Well, man, when I be at work, people be talking to me. Okay, see what they want, and right when they walk away, put your mind back on what it was on before they got there. Yeah. How dedicated are you to even keeping your thoughts in order like that? We ain't even dedicated with our thoughts, man. We let hateful stuff come in our mind. We just let it sit there.
Ain't gonna go to war with
nothing. Let anger come in and just let it fester. Let sadness come in and just let it fester. I wonder why I'm feeling like this. You asking the wrong questions. Is this a righteous or a wicked emotion?
Right. Right.
Did this emotion come from the Most High or Satan? That's what you need to be asking so you can know what you need to do next. Because just sitting there, why this happening to me? Well, because you let Satan in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether intentionally or unintentionally.
Yeah.
But you know what a victim gonna do? A victim gonna sit there and act like they ain't got the power to do
Come
nothing.
on now.
Just gonna what they call wallow in the
Yeah.
problem.
They just love when people walk by and be like, oh,
Oh, it's gonna be okay. Nah, buddy.
they love that. We know life's been hard and
Come on now.
had the reason people don't come around me because, bro, I can't give you no pity party, especially about when it comes to life on this narrow path, because we all got to walk this.
Sure
Stop
do.
crying. What's happening to you happening to a million other brews right now, 10 times worse for some people.
Yes, sir.
That's why you say you better gird up your loins. Suck it up.
I can call every Israelite in my phone and ask them, when has this walk ever been easy for you? And ain't nobody gonna say, well, they ain't nobody gonna give me a date or a time. It ain't never been easy.
No, Doc.
And it's funny because bro was like, watch out for your third and fourth year.
Yeah, remember I told
That
you
one
that?
never saying, oh, it's gonna be smooth. Bro was like, man, it's gonna get and it
It's gonna turn up. It's gonna turn up. Yeah.
What?
I told you that third and fourth year is something about that third and fourth year, man, where the heat just really started to turn up. The heat really started turning up. Where we at, man? I lost my spot.
Nah, you all good. We in 52.
All right, so 52. He said, read that, my bad.
It says, I remember thy judgments, O Lord.
You see that? They go to judge. What he stayed on. What is he dedicated?
That word.
What is he dedicating himself to?
That's right. That's right.
Words
Look,
of the most.
That's right.
Through
Doing
the
this job.
affliction, I was constant on what was constant, the word. I got comfort in my affliction. He said, the proud that had me greatly in derision, I stayed on what was constant. Your
The
judgments
law.
of old.
Come on now.
The law.
I stayed my mind dedicated to having that in the forefront of my mind. I didn't have to wait till I felt like it. I didn't let those odds, I didn't let time and chance of the proud that had me in derision deter me or make that kill my dedication to this mission. Notice whenever he named an eye, he take it right back to what was constant.
The
Them
law.
judgments,
The
that word.
Yep.
Stay dedicated to keeping your mind on that. Instead of just waiting to feel like it one day.
Bring it out.
But this verse right here is a powerful verse, man. This is how you get through things.
Bring
This
it
is how
out.
you get through things.
He not dealing with you like how he'll deal with a newcomer coming into the word. He gonna deal with somebody who been in this word and then start fizzling out and trying to. He gonna deal with you different than a newcomer that had been out in the world just not hearing the truth. You're not gonna get the same leeway as them.
Because your ignorance ain't the same. You know.
You know stuff.
Ooh, boy.
This ain't no damn revolving door. You just come in and come out when you please.
One time I so cold to the point where he wrote in there. Now, when you know right,
Man,
and you don't do that.
Yeah, you sinning. And it's to the point to where now, bro, people they walk with the Most High in this way of life. Like, after I finish completing everything I got to do in Babylon, then I'll pick my script up.
No.
How can you even make it through Babylon without your script?
Then you get to talking to some of these people about the word, about basic stuff about the word. The knowledge done left them. They ain't holding water no more. They don't even know Bible one-on-one stuff, bro. Beginner's level stuff. You be like, hold on, bro. How long you been in there? Hold on, sis. How long you been in there? Oh, but you know what? I ain't been seeing you in Shabbat class, though. I ain't been seeing you in the word like I used to see you all the time. I see why that's happening. You was just motivated, man. You short term. Go ahead, Hebrew.
This verse, this 52, man, this for the dedicated. It says, I remember thy judgments of old, O Lord, and have comforted myself.
You see that? And on the flip side of staying constant on what's constant, not only did he make it through the affliction, but it caused him to hope. It said in verse 49, it quickened him. Meaning it lightened his eyes, opened up his eye to see what was really going on after all he let them emotions pass on. What else it say? It said, I decline not from thy law. They go their dedication again. He said, man, the pride had me greatly in derision, but what kept me was me persevering and being dedicated to the mission.
Hallelujah.
That didn't make me decline from this law. Then he said, I remember the judgments of old, and I was able to comfort myself.
Come on now.
I stayed constant on what was constant, the word,
Hallelujah.
the judgment. Dedicated to keeping that in the forefront of my mind. Dedication. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Honor have taken hold upon me.
Okay, so now horror have taken upon him. How do you get through the horror? You stay constant on what's always constant. Throughout all these odds, the derision, the horror. Throughout all these odds, what's constant, y'all? So what do we need to be dedicated to and not motivated towards?
The word. The word.
Simple. Simple concept to the lesson.
He said, horror have taken hold upon me. Boy.
So if you stay constant on what was constant, let's go through verse 49.
Yes, sir.
It'll cause you to hope.
Yep.
It'll give you comfort in affliction.
Yep.
It'll quicken you, open your eyes up to what's really going on if you having blurred vision right at the moment. What does it say? It said it caused me to comfort myself when I remember the judgment.
Yep.
When I seen the evil men, the proud men that had me in derision, I looked at how you dealt with proud men who put their mouth on brothers in the past. I remember that judgment.
Yes, sir.
And that caused me to hope. Oh, I know what the Most High capable of for an action like that. That caused me to hope. Being dedicated to keeping this in the forefront of your mind.
Come on, brother.
Right? Verse 52, he said, I remember thy judgments of old and comforted myself. Verse 53, horror have taken upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. What's the constant? Verse 54.
Thy statutes have been my song.
What?
In the house of my pilgrimage.
Man. But if you motivated when you see the horror, when you see the pride that had you in derision,
you can't sing them
you
songs.
ain't gonna go to them judgments of old
No.
and comfort yourself.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Like, man, I need to go get me a damn drink. You done did that before you prayed about it.
Strong.
You done went to a wine and another spirit before you went to the spirit of the Ruach about it. You go to wine and spirits to deal with your issues. Man, these folks just pissed me off, man. Just did me wrong, man. My wife just cheated on me, man. Let me smoke me a blunt. Oh, put that before the Most High, bro. You turning the world and stuff first before you. How dedicated are you? What you doing?
I have set up them idols in your mind.
What you doing?
Idols in your mind. Can't put nothing for the Most High.
Remember, discipline, routine, and habits. Discipline, routine, and habits. Remember that. Not motivation. Go ahead.
55.
Uh-huh.
I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night,
Yes,
and have
sir.
kept thy law. This I had because I kept thy precept.
That was it.
That was 56.
Luke chapter 9. Luke chapter 9, and we got 6 more spots after this.
Luke chapter 9.
Luke chapter 9, Hebrew. Luke chapter 9, pick it up at verse 57. Ooh, no, you know what? This is perfect. Jump back to 51. Jump back. This is perfect for the subject matter we talking about. Yeah, jump back to 51, Hebrew. Jump back to 51. Let's look at a little bit of the dedication of the Messiah. All right. That's Luke 9. We gonna back it up to 51, y'all. We doing 51 through 62. 51 through 62. When you get it, go ahead, Hebrew.
And it reads, and it came to pass when the time was come that he should be received up. He steadfastly set his face.
How he set his face?
Steadfastly set.
Oh, so this is his last journey to Jerusalem before he received up.
That brother locked in.
And look how he going.
He locked in.
Look how
man.
look at the dedication. Somebody who know they going to they city for the last time. You think they finna be going steadfastly with their face set like flint?
Mhm.
Man, they gonna be looking for every excuse not to go.
Come on now.
Searching, looking left, right, up, down, high, low.
Prime example of when you dedicated the circumstance, it don't matter to you.
Mm-mm.
I got a mission to complete and I'm gonna complete it. Dedication. It said, he know he going up to Jerusalem for the last time. He know what lies ahead of him when he get there.
Come on, brother.
But he's so dedicated, man. He said this face steadfast like flint. Matter of fact, hold your spot. Let's go to Isaiah 50.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Let's go to Isaiah 50. Do 4 through 10, Hebrew. 4 through 10. We're gonna see why he was so dedicated. Because he was focused on what his father had told him. When it was at some point in time before he came in the flesh, because Isaiah prophesied about it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 50, pick it up in verse 4.
The Lord God have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season.
That's why the Messiah was always able to say one quick chop and just chop everything they was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
He was an expert in knowing when to say stuff and how to say it. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
To him that is weary,
Yeah.
he weakened. Is that what they say?
Wakeneth.
Wakening,
Uh-huh.
morning by morning. He wakeneth mine ear to hear as the learned.
Yeah.
The Lord God have opened mine ear, and I was not rebellious.
So what was the constant for Yahushua?
Mm-hmm.
He said the Lord opened my ear. He opened his ear wide to just stand there or to tell him something.
That's right.
Give him instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Give him doctrine on what he was supposed to teach when he came in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I was not rebellious.
You see that? Dedicated.
Neither.
Stay constant on what's always constant. Even when the odds and time and chance happen.
Mm.
The word always constant. The word gonna bring you comfort. This word gonna bring you clarity to a situation.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Why not stay dedicated to that?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And I was not rebellious, neither turned away back. I gave my back to the smiters,
Yeah.
and my cheeks to them that plucked off the hair.
Really want to get to this verse 7.
I
Go
hid
ahead.
not my face from shaming. From shame and spitting.
Yeah.
For the Lord God will help me.
Ooh-wee.
Therefore shall I not be
You see
confounded.
that? He said, man, my father gonna help me. That's why he was able to take his last journey knowing what lied ahead of him like that.
Man,
Hard face, boy.
Come on now.
he ain't had his back. He ain't had his face.
Hard face. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Go ahead.
It says, for the Lord God will help me. Therefore shall I not be
And
confounded.
his constant was the word of his father. That's what he dedicated himself to. Go ahead.
Therefore have I set my face like a flint.
Woo! Ain't that what we just read in that Luke 9?
Come on now.
Steadfastly set his face.
Mm-hmm. And I know that I shall not be
Let's
ashamed.
go back to that Luke 9.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh,
Shall not be ashamed.
Pick it back up at the top, 51 Hebrew.
And it read, and it came to pass when the time was come that he should be received up, he steadfastly set his face to go to Jerusalem and sent messengers before his face.
Yeah.
And they went and entered a village of the Samaritans to make ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not receive him because his face was as though he would go to Jerusalem.
Check this out, verse 54.
And when his disciples, James and John, saw this,
Boy, they looked at Messiah's face, saw that hard look on their face, like, oh, y'all, it's time. It's slaying time.
mm-hmm.
Let's pop it off right here, right now, Messiah. You want us to rain down fire on these heathens right now?
Just get a word.
Boy, they saw the Messiah face heading to Jerusalem and thought he was finna start laying people down.
Mm. Mm. Boy, that ain't a mean. That ain't a mean look,
Them
boy.
Joe ready.
But look, when you read the scriptures, you would notice our forefathers in the New Testament, they couldn't really distinguish between his missions of his first coming and second coming.
Right.
Man, they looked at the Messiah face walking toward Jerusalem, boy, and they was like, oh yeah, here come that Isaiah 30, here come that Isaiah 63.
Yeah.
Finna start slinging.
Like he been treading in the wine press.
Yeah.
Lord, they ain't let you in. Let's rain fire from heaven down. Like Elijah. They were ready, boy. That's Israel right there. Look, it don't even be nothing about to pop off, but Israel, we gonna be ready. We'll see somebody in the distance pointing the grass. We're like, man, who the hell that nigga talking to? Then you get down there, he asking you if you had some garbage bags or something. That's Israel for you.
Ready to pop off.
But look at the dedication the Messiah had. Man, I'm finna walk into my death. But look at his demeanor. Look at his face.
Not barring, not scared, not crying, not weeping.
Just some of that same stuff the mother and 7 sons and Eleazar had.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
That dedication. Because see, you done walked.
Fine, say, let's get to it.
You done walked up to Jerusalem for 30 years. But never had to walk into Jerusalem under these conditions.
Boy.
And boy, you still stood there, boy, like a soldier. Steadfast and set your face like flint, it said in the prophets. Still went up to Jerusalem. Knowing, man, I'm walking into my death.
Yes, sir.
Dedication, y'all. Dedication is best suited for the mission we on. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, James and John saw this. They said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them?
Yeah.
Even as Elijah did.
Uh-huh.
But he turned and rebuked them and said,
he had to rebuke them because they supposed to understand the scriptures. Like, bro, y'all don't even understand my first mission. I ain't even here to do that this first time around.
Come to a time.
Right. Go ahead.
You know not what the manner of spirit you are. For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them.
Yeah. So you prophecy jumping. You leaping prophecy. I gotta finish my first mission first. I gotta finish the Isaiah 61
Come on now.
before I can come back and do that Isaiah 63. Hold your horses, James and John. Golly.
They ready. They ready, boy.
Look, when we had our first love, that's how a lot of us were when we first came into the truth.
Yeah.
You going to hell!
Yeah.
You pig meat eating wench! I'm talking about, boy, we used to go hard, wasn't merciful on nobody.
Like they read the commandments themselves or something.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
You cave beast white woman! Most High hate y'all! All y'all going to hell. Like, dang. That's them brothers need to get rebuked. That's what James and John was just on, what we just read.
Boy.
It's a time and place for everything. Read 57, Hebrew.
And it says, and it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee, whithersoever thou goest.
See, this a brother right here. He was motivated by some short term about this thing. He thought it was something glamorous about this walk. Why? He see the big crowds always following Messiah and the disciples. People, you the talk of the town just about every day. People wake up out there. The government got their eyes on you. So from the outside looking in, this bro, he think this something glamorous.
Superstar or something. It ain't what it is.
How many of us then got in this walk for all the wrong reasons? Like this brother right here. And then got yourself into something real you really don't need to be playing with, but you played with it and got yourself into it and then take it as serious. Now you want to get out of it. You was cool with the blood in. Okay, I hope you cool with the blood out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't get blood in and then just get the
Walk
tiptoe your way up out of this.
Nope.
You gonna have to get it back in blood, like the rap songs say.
Hey, cause that sprinkling of the blood happened, man.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for that. Verse 58.
And Yeshua said unto them, the foxes have holes,
Yeah.
and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay
You
his
see
head.
that the Messiah didn't have time to play around with you. Man, you a faker.
Short term of life.
He ain't even say, all right, brother, come on, man. Yeah. He said, man, look, this ain't nothing glamorous about this. Half the nights I don't have nowhere to lay my head. Ain't no abundance of material resources around us and me and my partners.
You really want this?
The nature of our mission calls us to be constantly on the move.
Yeah.
We don't collect money for our services. We don't carry no script. We don't carry 2 coats. We don't carry the stage with us while we out on our mission. Yeah, we constantly traveling.
Pilgrims and all.
Man, going on. You not real, bro. You just talking. Right? Go ahead.
And Yeshua said unto him, I'm sorry, 59.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
You see that? He said, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Man, if I tell my family I ain't gonna bury my daddy to follow Yeshua, they ain't gonna never forgive me for that.
Mm-hmm. He said,
You see, these people who ain't really dedicated. These people who waiting to be motivated. Well, I think it is important for me to serve Yah, but just not right now. Let me go bid farewell to everybody back at the house. Oh, the same people who gonna turn their back on you once they find out you ain't doing what they doing now. You gonna pass up a once in a lifetime opportunity, Messiah here on this earth.
man.
No brainer for me. I love my pops. You know why it's a no brainer for me? Because I know it'd be a no brainer for him if he had to bury his son and the Messiah was here on this earth.
Come on now.
I see you again.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna be worried about how I was buried when I get that new body.
Come on now. Come on.
Dedication. Is you dedicated?
Gonna be in your feelings that you found out somebody want that.
You know what I'm saying? When you first got into this thing, did you get in for the wrong reasons like the first man? He thought it was something glamorous about it?
I'm gonna have 5,000 followers on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm finna get me some wives, or I'm finna get me a wife. Now you done came to an Israelite assembly to get you a wife, but you not practicing on how to be an Israelite husband. So now you done misuse and abuse this sister over here. Because you just come to class and look for some butt, some tail.
Man.
In it for the wrong reasons. Motivated. I'm motivated. Instead of being dedicated. Right? Keep going, Hebrew.
That's their motivation.
Yeah. Where you at?
In 60,
Go ahead.
61.
Yeah.
It says, and another said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me go first and bid them farewell
Look at that.
that are at my house.
People using father as the excuse. The people in their house as the excuse. Look, you ain't got time to turn down this opportunity.
No, sir.
Boy.
You too dedicated to Babylon.
Gotta go make sure they straight first.
Whenever you can look at an ultimatum situation, the law or continue in sin, and you choose continue in sin, we got reason to believe that's reprobatish.
Yeah.
That's very reprobatish.
Yeah, man.
And if it's just a no-brainer for you,
Boy,
you might just be reprobate.
Scary.
It was a no-brainer.
Scary.
Just turn your back on the Torah.
And you've been in it for 10 plus years.
Oh man, look.
Spirit gone. Fill that cup up.
Yep. Motivation that made a fool out of a lot of y'all.
Yeah, because he changed to motivate you to something else.
Yep. Go ahead, Hebrew.
And Yeshua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back
You see that?
is fit for the
You
kingdom
see
of
that?
Yah.
So he said you got to have the same determination as a plowman.
Come on.
And he trying to get them lines done, man.
And it ain't never been a plowman that had made a straight furrow looking over his shoulder.
What? No way.
You know what a trustworthy plowman is?
Straight up.
Looking straight on, he always looking forward, and he ain't gonna never let go of that plow.
Mm-mm.
It might have been sunny weather when he first started plowing. Then the clouds came. Was you that plowman that started looking back at the farmhouse? Like, man, we got to get back to the
I'm
farmhouse.
finna get soaked.
And you went back, and then guess what? Mud tracks all through the furrows. The work you didn't already put in, you done messed that up when you turn back.
Then stepped on some of them hills you plowed over.
Instead of knowing as a plowman, this rain ain't gonna last forever. One day that sun gonna come out. These boots gonna be dry. This ground gonna be dry. Conditions gonna get a little bit easier. But I ain't gonna go back to that farmhouse just because it's a little cold and it's raining out here. I'm too dedicated for that. I'm too dedicated for that. He said, but if you put your hand on this plow and you look back,
Come on now.
you know what you're doing. This is our new term. You lot wifing.
Yep.
Ooh, pillar of salt.
You lot wifing. It's a lot of people out here still lot wifing.
Looking back on the things that they supposed to be letting go.
Why? Because they got divided interests. They ain't even followed the greatest commandment yet.
Love.
They ain't even fully gave it all over up here yet. And it been in this thing for 5 years. You ain't did that yet? You've been parading this Israelite way of life around for 5+ years, and you still ain't genuinely performed the first and greatest commandment. And you wonder why it's a hell of a struggle for you to keep your thoughts on track. Do the law.
Boy, he only gave that fig tree them 5 years.
Because you ain't gave your mental all the way over yet. You still got interest here in Babylon trying to live up there with the law of the Most High, and it's not going to work. You can't serve two masters. Because you're going to give all your time to one and neglect the other.
I say don't love the men, don't love the woman.
Man, look. Go ahead, Hebrew. Where we at?
That was the end of 62.
Quit lot wifing.
Oh, that's cold, man.
Sirach 5 and 7.
Man, that's cold right there, man.
Why did it say lot wife look back? Because she had emotions attached to her daughters that was left there in the destruction. She wasn't ready to forsake all. She wasn't ready to forsake mother, daughter.
Right. Boy.
She wasn't dedicated and she died because of it.
He said, don't look back. And was there something he commanded her?
She wasn't dedicated enough to leave Sodom and Gomorrah.
So not only was she not dedicated, she was disobedient too.
Yeah.
Verse 7, he was just one verse.
Sirach chapter what?
5 verse 7, my bad.
And it reads, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord
Yeah.
Mhm.
and put not off from day to day.
Man,
Yeah.
you know, when I shake this funk I'm in, man, I get back to it. If you shake the funk and if you alive to get back to it after you shake the funk.
Ooh, like a thief in the night.
Because see, he judgment might already be resting on your head for drawing back in the first place.
Ooh.
So all that sentimental victim stuff you trying to pull, he might not be trying to hear that.
Yeah.
The only thing he trying to hear from you is, Lord, I'm getting back on track. I'm back dedicated. All that victim stuff you trying to pull on why you not as consistent in your prayer life, why you not as consistent in your word, why you not 100 with your brothers and sisters in this word. You want to be the victim and, oh man, well, you know, man, life just been happening. Man, I don't care about that. You got a mission.
Yeah. Like them soldiers on the front line, boy, if they don't shoot, they finna lose a couple of their infantrymen.
Hell, what the hell I got time to sit around and feel sorry for myself where it's even the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. I ain't even got time to feel sorry for myself if that's the case.
Come on now,
For
brother.
yourself.
All my time and effort has to go into getting into this kingdom. Meeting that high standard that Yahushua set for us that we can meet, that even the righteous gonna be scarcely saved. So think about how on point you gotta be. If the men he consider righteous is gonna barely get in,
Come on now.
and you out here half-assing and think you in good standing and think your scales is tilted in your favor,
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
come on, man. We've been playing. We've been waiting to be motivated. We've been waiting to feel like it. We've been waiting to feel them 2-3 days of waking up feeling good. Oh man, I feel good this morning. I'm gonna read me a song. Then just close the book. You don't think about it no more after that. You ain't meditating. None of that. You just did something to make you feel good. You ain't dedicated.
Well, you did it so somebody else could see you doing it.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man.
No dedication, just motivation. You on a path to destruction. Sirach 19:1. Sirach 19:1, Hebrew.
Sirach 19:1, and it reads, a laboring man,
All right, go ahead.
a laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich.
Right, read that last part. That's what I want to key in on.
And he that contemneth
Yep.
small things shall fall by little and little.
You see that? You think them all them Shabbats that you not showing up, being around the brothers and sisters, being around the camaraderie, so being around the encouragement, you thought all that was nothing. All that wasn't gonna add up. You looked at those small L's you was taking as nothing, but you was falling little by little. Because when you stop going to Shabbat class, you stop getting your script all together on Shabbat. When you stop doing all that, you stop being brotherly and sisterly to your brothers and sisters. When you stop doing that, you start having all type of issues in your marriage, in your relationships. It said, he that contemneth small things shall fall little by little. Okay, yeah, you worked a 12-hour shift. You might after you get to the house, get the children taken care of, get yourself taken care of, you might not have number 25 minutes, but use that 25 minutes.
Most High bless.
Most High blessing. But if you contend little thing, man, it's just 25 minutes, man. It's better than what you was gonna do and just roll over and go to sleep and not do nothing.
Then the devil attack me.
In your sleep. But see, when you dedicated, it don't matter how tired you is, you're going to do something that's productive toward the kingdom or something that's going to help tilt your scales in the right direction. You're going to do something. I don't care how hurting you is, how tired you is, how sick you is. If it's just standing there
meditating on the
praying silently in your head, Lord, just let me feel better.
I mean, he gave you so many ways, man. You can meditate. You ain't gotta be loud and hopping around.
That's what I'm
man.
saying,
You
bro. We
just in your inner closet, going over script.
going over script in your head. Going over script, thinking about the manifold wisdoms you can pull from that one scripture that you read. Man, that'll keep your mind occupied for hours right there.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
And especially if you like me, I'm still having to correct myself and having to constantly go to war with the thoughts in your head. So you constantly like, okay, that's not gonna lead me nowhere. That's not gonna get me nowhere. That ain't gonna do nothing to cause me to then be right back in the beginning where you were stagnant.
Facts.
You stagnant.
Facts. Don't despise them small gains. Oh man,
Who had despised the day of small
Boy.
but look, if you pass up those small gains, like, okay, my day was hectic. I really only had like 30 minutes to read the scripture. You got a choice to take that 30 minutes to read the scripture or go to bed 30 minutes earlier than what you was going to do so you can get some extra sleep. For a day that you might not, it ain't a guarantee that you might not wake up.
Come on
so
now.
it was your best bet to have spent that 30 minutes.
Gone getting that word in.
But you despise the small things, so now you falling little by little. That one little incident is gonna start to become a habit now. And you're gonna fall little by little because time and chance happens to us every day in this life under the sun. But when it's an opportunity to do something, I don't care how little it is, something for the kingdom or something to tilt your balances in the right scale in your favor, you better do it. A dedicated soldier would do it. A motivated soldier, they ain't gonna do it.
Because they ain't motivated.
Motivation is short-lived, y'all. You shouldn't be motivated to go work out. You shouldn't be motivated to go eat better. You shouldn't be motivated to be a better spouse. You should be dedicated to all that. You should be dedicated, not motivated. Because the minute if you going on motivation, the minute you don't feel like being married, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna break bad. You not dedicated. You was just putting up with tolerating somebody. The honeymoon phase had you a little motivated to stick it out. But when that honeymoon phase over, it's time to see who really down for the call.
Come on now. Come on.
Who gonna do their vows?
Yeah, just like this walk. I told you,
do
bro.
Them vows.
Year 3, year 4, it's the first 2 years is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, year 3 though. It's something about that year 3 and 4, boy. It's just.
That's when the Father comes to see that you bearing any fruit.
Yep.
And then he gonna see, do you want to stay rooted or not?
Yeah.
Do you want to stay rooted?
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about that plow blade is sharp. He's trying to dig you up.
Thunder! All praise to the Most
Trying
High.
to dig you up.
All right, let's go to Matthew 7. Matthew 7. I don't want to hear nobody talking about how they so motivated to do they New Year's resolution. I'm like, oh well, I'll holler at you about a week or 2 yet.
Ain't even one. Because if you was gonna do something, you'd be doing it. You gonna wait on a particular day.
When all the conditions, I'm gonna wait till it warm up back outside.
He said when
When it warm up, man, it's too hot out here. I'm gonna tell yeah. You ain't really dedicated to losing weight or setting time to get in the gym. You're not really dedicated. It's just good to you. All right. Can y'all hear us?
They probably
know,
Put a 7 up in the room. He didn't have to switch on. Switch on. Yeah.
yeah, ain't no problem.
Give me the Wi-Fi pass.
Yeah, they say it's choppy.
Yeah, that's why I want you to go to this. Go to this Wi-Fi. You change Wi-Fi. Go to Order McKill's Wi-Fi. You see it lined up on the side over there.
Mm-mm.
You got the Wi-Fi. You hit the Wi-Fi button.
At the top where the live thing at. Right here at the top left.
Reset.
You talking about that right there?
No, I want you to go over here. And hit that. I want you to hit the Wi-Fi. Make sure I want you to go through clear, man.
All right.
There it is. That's what I'm looking for. You want to go to this one.
There it is.
All right. Ask people what they see.
All right, Charles, we still choppy. Must be a motivation of like jiggling wires. They mad. We getting on their head today. Let us know something, y'all, if it's still choppy, you know what I'm saying? That comment was from 2 minutes ago. What time is it? Man, that was a minute ago. So probably still a little choppy. Okay, they said we good now. Cool. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Tuba, y'all talking about he gonna work out, rib, get in there, boy, and then cook the steak, potato dinner, and all that motivation just went clean out the window, ain't it, too?
Yeah.
Hey, he's still gonna be doing curls though. You hear me? Like curl. Curl. We're gonna be lifting that spoon.
So we good on the feed. Everybody say you good
Okay.
on the feed.
All right, let's get it. Y'all, we in Matthew 7, chapter 7. We're gonna pick this up at verse 24. Matthew 7, pick it up at verse 24, Hebrew.
And it reads,
Uh-huh.
therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
You see that? You see what the constant is? He gave the odds. It was a storm that beat up on the house. What was the constant? The words of the Messiah. He said, the man that do these, that hear these and do these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him a wise man.
He a wise man. He dedicated. And see, his dedication to my sayings, my word, is gonna prepare him for when that storm come beat down on that house. He good.
And when that water come rise up on that foundation.
Yeah. Come on now.
He good.
Man, boy.
You see, and what's with the foundation of the house ain't tested until the storm comes.
Come on. Come on. Come on now. You said something right there.
See, both of them sitting up there with a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got my house up here.
Yeah.
Okay, both of them sitting up there with a house, but the storm hit both of the houses. The one who was dedicated made sure his house had something to it.
Come on. Firm foundation.
One who was motivated. Some days he got out there, worked on it. Some days he didn't. He was just like, oh man, just let me hear it finish the head with it.
As long as I got a roof and some walls.
He wasn't even dedicated to make sure he was good when the storm came, man.
That's cold right there.
That man said, as long as he got a roof
That's
and
cold
some walls.
right there, man.
No foundation.
Because that apply to every aspect
No
of your life.
foundation.
Yeah.
Woo, that's cold.
Man, if you apply discipline, righteous routines, and righteous habits, you will never need motivation again. Ever. You will never need to be motivated for
What's
nothing
up?
ever again.
You take it on down the line.
It's gonna be a part of your life, your everyday life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, boy.
What verse we at, Hebrew?
We're going into 26.
Go ahead.
It says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and do them not
You see that? So whoever don't stay on what's constant,
shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand, and the rain descended.
You was just motivated, so you didn't care how you was building, what it was building up on. None of that.
Nothing.
Because some days you felt like it, some days you didn't. You treated this thing like it was a hobby or a pastime.
Say that.
Like these baseball player collector cards or something. Yeah, man. So every time again, I come over here and look at my collection. That's how you treat this walk.
One mind treated it like safety and security. The other one just treated it like a show.
Oh boy, you mad as hell walking in the door late for work.
Yo.
You make sure you make the proper adjustments, do whatever you need to do so that you don't be late. Look at all the effort that you give into Babylon. Make it all the way to control, 30 minutes all the way to work. See, you left your phone at home. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to be late for work to go and get that phone. But you won't put sleep and eating on hold to get in that word, to fast, to pray, to reach out to a brother or sister, encourage them, get some encouraging word. A lot of us just simply, y'all just not dedicated. And that's what it boiled down to. We've been motivated for too long. Your motivation just ain't ran out yet. Ain't nothing happened in your life that killed that little motivation that you got yet, but it's coming.
It ain't fizzled out yet.
It's coming. Go ahead, Hebrew.
And the rain descended.
Yeah, y'all will wake up arguing. Y'all will wake up arguing with somebody before you wake up and pray before the Most High. Go ahead, Hebrew.
And the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
You see that? So if you not really dedicated, if motivation just your main reason for being on this path, your house gonna fall and it's gonna be great.
It's
Matthew 25.
Great.
Matthew 25.
And the fall of it was great.
Ooh-wee.
You rather be life on a narrow path. On this path, do you need motivation or dedication? I think it's clear now, by now, what we need.
They ain't figured out about now. They ain't gonna figure it
I ain't gonna figure it out.
Yeah, because dedication make you do what you got to
Even
do.
when you don't feel like doing it. That's the difference between dedication and motivation. You dedicated, you gonna do when it ain't in you to do it. If you motivated,
Well, you're gonna need some benefits and rewards, plenty of stuff to coach you to get
Man.
to that.
Man, let's get this, Hebrew. The parable of the 10 verses, Matthew 25, 1 through 13.
And it reads, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
You see that? So he likening the kingdom of heaven to certain scenarios and situations. It's either the kingdom of heaven itself, or he's describing what getting into the kingdom of heaven is like, or certain events that's gonna happen leading up to entering the kingdom of heaven. Let's see what it is.
Right.
Go ahead.
It's like the 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
So all 10 virgins, they took lamps, right? Go ahead.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
So just like the last parable we saw, both of them had houses. But one of them only built it how they were supposed to build and one didn't. Go ahead.
It says they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Oh man, they fell asleep.
Yeah.
They stopped being dedicated.
Mm.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
With their lamps. Go ahead, Hebrew.
While the bridegroom tarried.
Oh, so this is the time and chance that happened to the 10 virgins. Wasn't nobody expecting this to happen.
Right.
He wasn't going to take it a little longer.
They was expecting the set time, but he tarried.
Ain't no set time.
Ooh-wee.
Man,
Who dedicated enough to be on their best behavior when the main teacher gone, the substitute teacher got to take over for a while?
For sure. We got a sub.
Oh man, your motivation to be a good student went clean out the window once you heard the sub was coming the next day.
You feel like she don't know none of the rules.
Man, look,
She don't know my name.
I was one of them students that they had to tell the sub, get a list of names, students to watch out for. So they already knew coming in. They like, Terrence, who was Terrence and Terry's triplet? That was my partner.
Which one of them?
They like, dang, how they know our name?
Pre-warned.
What verse you at?
You say he was pre-warned. I'm in the bottom of 5. It says,
Go ahead.
and the bridegroom tarried, so they all slumbered and slept.
So now, if we relate this to real life, now think about it. It was 10 virgins. They all took their lamps, but 5 didn't take oil in their lamps. All of them ended up going to sleep. But who was prepared and who stayed dedicated before they went to sleep?
Come on, man.
Yeah, the ones that had that extra oil for their lamps.
See that last situation of you rolling over after you done said, you know what, I ain't gonna use this little 20 minutes to read. I'm just gonna give me some extra rest, and you don't wake up the next day. That's gonna be your last situation here on this earth, and that was neglecting the word of the Most High for some sleep. From something he had planned for you anyway. A long sleep. You should have just read your script.
Yep.
See, when you're not dedicated,
boy can't remove that breath from you.
You gonna do stuff like that when you're not really dedicated.
Right.
Go ahead.
And at midnight, there was a cry made. Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
You see that the foolish virgins acted as if the last hour would never come. The 12th hour. They acted as if that hour, they sat there and went to sleep and didn't put oil in their lamps as if the day of reckoning would never come. Go ahead, Hebrew.
The bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Nah, see, you don't get to blend in. The motivated don't get to blend in with the dedicated in the end. Go ahead.
Crazy. But the wise answered, saying, not so. Lest there be not enough for us.
Facts.
And you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went in.
Now you want to get dedicated the last minute.
He already on his way.
12th hour here, it's over with. and you got, we in the 4th quarter right now.
Yeah, we
according
deep in the
to,
4th quarter.
Speaking of, in prophecy, so to speak.
Right. That's
deep
right.
It's getting close to this 12 hour. You got people going to sleep without oil in their lamps. Then the last minute, when stuff start popping off, they're gonna try to go become dedicated to this thing. But you gonna be to miss so much because you were playing for so long. You gonna miss the bridegroom when he come.
This book so cold.
Man, go ahead, show Liz,
This
Hebrew.
book so cold.
Mm.
Wow, man. It says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
Yeah.
And they that were ready, those that were ready, went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Was what?
Was shut.
Go ahead.
Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Boy, them some cold words right there. Says, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man comes.
So you better get back dedicated to that first love, them first works, this wisdom, and keep this law in the forefront of your mind. Be dedicated to keeping that there. Instead of looking for some inspiration to serve the man who put breath in your body every day.
Come on, man.
You gotta have what if he say, I need to feel inspired to run this creation?
Man.
He probably would never be inspired how wicked we are.
Boy. Man, if that was what your breath was waiting on,
bruh. Oh, okay. You gotta feel motivated to serve me in spirit and in truth. Well, okay, I think I need to feel motivated to run this whole creation. Man, look, we playing. Last place.
Man, it's cold right there, man.
2 Peter 1, 3-12. Last place.
That's cold. But he's saying you can't be late to the wedding. You can't come in.
Why would you be late? I gave you the directions, the time and place a long time ago. Why would you be late and wearing the wrong stuff?
Yeah, because your garments gotta be, boy. It's gonna be weeping.
Man, he told you to wear white when you come up in that party.
Without blemish.
Yes, sir.
Without blemish, man.
All right, we in 2 Peter chapter 1. Let's do 3-12, Hebrew.
All right. And it reads,
yeah.
Simon Peter, a servant and an apostle.
Pick it up in verse 3.
All right. According to his divine power, have given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness.
Some things.
All things that pertain unto life and godliness.
So if he's given us all things according to his divine power, according to life and godliness, what do you lack that has you still in a slump feeling sorry for yourself? What do you lack?
The words, the law,
the application.
Yep.
That's why he said you gotta seek, you gotta search. Come get this.
People be so proud, they don't even want to ask for help. And it's brothers and sisters that'll help out here. That'll come lay hands and cast out.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Quick responses to texts and emails. But people would rather just let Satan ride them, let his minions ride their mind. I gotta deal with this on my own. What that said in the rule book? And since that's how your mindset is, that's how the Lord lets you deal with it. Yep. And you swear up and down that's the best solution, and you end up even more toe up than you was before you started.
Okay, you have.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these you might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. And besides this, giving all diligence.
All what?
Diligence.
All diligence. Go ahead.
Added to your faith, virtue. and to virtue, knowledge,
Yes, sir.
and to knowledge, temperance.
There it is again. Remember those three things: discipline, routine, and habits. You had a routine you used to do when you had your first love. You woke up every day, cut on YouTube, find a lesson.
Yep.
Looking up history every day when you went on YouTube, studying history. Then you went on YouTube studying history, you was in your book. When you weren't doing that, you was praying, you was fasting every week. You had the discipline, you had the routine, and you was in the habit. But you stopped being dedicated along the way, or you never was, and you was just motivated.
Yeah.
Because of you got in this thing for the wrong reason. And this the wrong thing to be playing with like that, like just trying to do something. Cause this blood is like you gonna shed blood getting out of this for playing with this. So this ain't nothing that you just look at from the sideline and be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try this. This look cool. No, bro, don't do that. It's disrespectful to people who really taking this thing serious. You just over here just trying to see something. Going on somewhere. Let me see it. I'm gonna try this little phase for a little bit.
Well, they gonna see somebody because they still gonna get the information. And so you no longer ignorant. You no longer man.
Facts. Finish that on now. Read through 12, bro.
It says temperance, into temperance, patience,
Read it through, bro.
into patience, godliness, into godliness, brotherly kindness, into brotherly kindness, charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. But he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see far off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. For so an entrance shall be ministered unto you abundantly into the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and our Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach. Wherefore I will not be negligent to put you always in remembrance of these things, though ye know them and be established in the present truth.
What verse you at?
In the 12.
That's it. That's all. That was the last. We can go one more spot. It's one hit to quit it. One verse, y'all. 2 Corinthians 13:5. That's the last spot. He said, make your calling and election sure. You better make sure you just ain't around here operating off this short-term thing they call motivation.
Second Corinthians. What chapter we going to?
13. Read one verse, Hebrew. Everybody, as the sun go down tonight, everybody need to ask themselves, man, look, am I truly dedicated to this? Have I truly followed the greatest commandment? Do I need to go backtrack and do some soul searching?
I can tell them go back and read that Revelations.
Yeah.
See what he say to all the churches.
Do I seem dedicated right now because everything's just going smoothly? Think back on your last storm you had and look at what your dedication was towards your walk. And just write it down. Be honest. I really didn't get in my book like that. I really didn't pray like that. I was always angry until all that was over with. You failed last time. You know what? Next time come around, you should be waiting for the next storm to prove to the Most High that you're not gonna do that again.
Right.
That you dedicated.
Yeah.
You should be waiting for the next opportunity to come around that inconvenience you so you can show the Most High I ain't making the same mistakes. I'm dedicated to this. I ain't waiting to feel like it to do righteous. I'm gonna do righteousness because it's who I am to be and to do righteousness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's the lesson. I hope. Oh, we need to read this.
Yeah, read.
Let's read this. Then we can do all this.
Verse what?
Verse 5.
And it reads,
Uh-huh.
examine yourselves,
Uh-huh.
whether you be in the faith.
We
Prove your own self.
see, prove your own self.
Know
You-
ye
you-
not.
But you gotta be honest. That's the only way it'll work. That's the only way self-reflection to work. If you're within your own head, making the same excuses you tell everybody else, it's narcissistic. You'll never get better. Go ahead.
Know ye not your own selves? How that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Except ye be reprobates. Stay away. Motivation, y'all. This is not what we need for the kingdom goal or any life goal. Stop looking for motivation. It's short-lived. Focus on discipline. Focus on the righteous habits and righteous routines. The scriptures say pray 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Routine. Prayer times. Routine. Studying. Routine. Brother, how you learn the scripture like that? Relentless. Studying. Relentless studying. When everybody else in the world go right, I'm going left with these books.
Right.
You're pissed off at your wife, at your husband, at your children. I'm so mad I can't even read my damn scriptures. You ain't that mad. The scriptures is there for you when you get that mad. That's what they there for.
So you gonna let somebody else win?
Yeah, you just to let your emotions get the best of you at that moment when you said that.
So now you
Can't even read my damn script. I'm so mad.
I'm winning like a mud off of that one.
That's what it for when you get that mad, so you can open it up. Can't even read my damn scriptures. I'm so mad. It's an excuse, man. But we see the difference now, and we know a lot of people, man, just ain't dedicated like they thought they was, or that they need to be.
And bro said, this situation didn't motivate me to read my scripts.
Man.
Yeah.
If you waiting on motivation, hey, if you waiting to be motivated, man, to get back on your track with the Most High, to the lake of fire you go. Got to be dedicated. That was a lesson. I hope somebody got some understanding.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Excellent, excellent lesson. I hope everybody was as edified as I was, and pray that the Most High get all the glory from this, what these brothers brought to y'all today. So we got a few couple of announcements to the brothers. We will be having a call tomorrow. Y'all text me and let me know at 4 or no, I'm sorry. Let me know what works best for y'all, whether it be tonight around 6:30 or 6, or if it be tomorrow around 6 or 6:30 tomorrow afternoon. Let me know. We're gonna be getting the teaching schedule and the reading schedule together for January and February. Also, we getting these try to get an agenda for the new youth ministry channel, the Chosen Seed of Israel Youth Ministry channel, headed up by our elder, our brother Amnon Yehuda, and the young brew down there in Tupelo, Michael Ben Israel. We putting that together as well. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, share the lesson, like the lesson, trying to get those algorithms up so YouTube and so more people can see our content, see these lessons that these brothers putting together, the Most High is putting on their heart and their mind to put together. Also, let me double check. Y'all bear with me 1 second. I got the schedule for the class. Brother Ward, he sent it to me. But I got the I got the class scheduled for January. Let me get down here and find it. Here we go. So in the month of January, we will be at the hotel, excuse me, on the 1st, which is the first Shabbat in January. The second Shabbat, then we won't be back until the 29th. I think it's the next to the last Shabbat. So we'll miss one Shabbat in January if my calculations are correct.
And which one you say that was?
It's going to be the 1st, the 8th, and the 29th. We will be at the hotel. TJ, let the hotel thing stream across the screen over there. Let's go over here. So yeah, the 1st, the 8th, and the 29th, we'll actually miss 2 Shabbats. So we won't be in January. We won't have the class on the 15th or the 22nd. We'll be online only. But the 1st, the 8th, and the 29th, we will be meeting at the hotel. So I'll pray to the Most High for that. Appreciate Brother Wardy getting that information to me as well.
Got a prayer request up in the chat for Sister Song 777.
Okay.
Let me see what we scrolling up. It says Sister Song 77 asked for prayer for her family. Her nephew, 32, was shot and killed this morning.
No,
man, may the Most High have mercy on his soul. We definitely gonna
that's
be
right.
praying for his sister.
That's right.
Soul ain't seen in the chat in a minute, sis.
Yeah. Definitely be praying for her and the family, praying for the whole nation, man. We got a lot of stuff going on within our nations and our families, so we need to always be in that constant prayer mode as much as possible. And so we got
y'all can pray for my wife too. She just had her inner eardrum reconstructed or repaired. So she just been,
it's pain. Trying to recover.
Yeah.
Okay.
The surgery went really well. So
that's good.
All praise, man.
I'm glad about that.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
We'll definitely be on that. And glad to see everybody in the chat.
Man, we still got like an hour or so for that sun go down there.
Yeah.
Y'all know I had an alternate ending to this lesson we didn't get to.
I ain't seen y'all chime in. He must have fell off to sleep again. The cuddle monster probably fell off to sleep. Charles y'all. But he'll get it when he get back. But hey, again, glad to see everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hadn't seen some of you people in a minute, but glad to see y'all again. Too bad, y'all. Glad to see y'all again. Glad to see y'all again. And man, y'all continue to support the channel. Continue to keep us lifted up in your prayer. Tune in. We here, Most High willing, every Friday night at 7 o'clock and every Shabbat day. Every Shabbat day at 1 p.m. And we'll be doing we'll be getting the schedules out on the youth channel that we have now. It's going to be on Sundays, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not overstepping my bounds with Brother Abnon, but I think it's going to be on Sundays. It's going to be for the youth. It's for the young people. It's only 1 hour. If you got some children that's, from 5 on up to college age, if you got some nieces, nephews, send a lesson to them. There's going to be some good content. It's going to be right in their face. It's going to be dealing with current issues that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. So it's going to be a good channel for the young people in our nation. But other than that, we ask that you once again keep all our brothers and sisters up in prayer. We hope y'all have a blessed rest of your Shabbat. Keep the faith. Stay dedicated. Stay out of darkness. Stay away from undedicated people. Stay away from people that's walking in darkness.
Yeah.
Because evil company corrupts good man.
Yeah. So
stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? And don't make no qualms about putting that separation, that sanctification in where it is. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all brothers got anything else y'all want to say to the people before we go?
Man, no. I ain't got nothing.
All I can say is repent, man. The kingdom is at hand.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Repent. Ask for forgiveness.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Forget motivation. It don't get you nowhere.
Nope. Stay dedicated.
Stay dedicated, man. That's what's gonna get you somewhere. That's what's gonna get you the kingdom.
That's it.
Right? Yeah. No matter the circumstances, you gonna do what you need to do.
That's right. That's right. Y'all brothers, do not forget to text me after the feed goes off. What works for you? Today at 6 or 6:30 or tomorrow at 6 or 6:30. Let me know. I'm gonna go with the majority and I'm gonna set the call up for the teaching and reading schedule. All right.
We might have to do today because we got if they're gonna go live tomorrow.
Yeah. See, I don't know what time. That's another thing I gotta get rewarded. But anyway, we'll get that straight.
Yeah, either way, cool with me.
Okay. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Ishak,
Yeah.
and the Elohim of Yaakov.
Yes, sir.
To our uncrowned King Yeshua HaMashiach, we give him praise, honor, and great glory.
Yeah.
To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. I got the front line, Brew, and a young line in the building.
Foes up to the close up.
That's right.
We gonna holler at y'all on the other side.
Hey, Tuvin, I'm back in the saddle for Thursday nights here, bro. It's on. You hear me?
Yeah.
Get at me, Hebrew. Shalom.
There's a lot of people
I
that
just
had
think